Welcome in, Samantha. I'm just doing my hashtags right now and stuff, so don't mind me just getting that stuff done. Good morning, Samantha. I hope you're having a good morning. I'm just getting my hashtags and stuff done. It's gonna be an interesting stream. Give me 1 second. I hope you're having a good morning, everybody. I let my daughter stay home today because last night she was puking and just randomly puked after daycare, and then she got to the point where she wasn't really holding water, and I don't know, so just a little stomach bug. So I ended up just keeping her home, and you know, it's gonna be a good old day with daughter and pops. You know what I'm saying? I gotta charge this computer too. It is going to die. All right, all right. I think I got all my hashtags completed. Make sure you guys double tap that screen. Welcome in, Natasha. Ooh, everybody's getting in here early today. Welcome in, everybody. God, I gotta get. I hope I get that call about my blood work back today or something. That would be nice, right? Know if I'm healthy or if I need to start chemotherapy. No, I'm kidding. But for real, I need to get that call back. I got 3 vials of blood drawn from me on Friday. No, it was Monday. Can't remember what day. Whatever. Yeah, it was whatever day I didn't stream. We'll just say that. Shout out Candace Owens, man. We're gonna react to her last stream. 1.6 million views last night. That's crazy. Here's why it's time for the police to question Erika Kirk, and this is gonna be quite interesting. So, yeah, we're gonna get into this. I got some videos I'm gonna be dropping at some point. I always like at this point, just take me as a liar when I say I'm gonna be dropping a freaking video or something. Like, just wait for it to come out because I'm just a liar, dude. I'm a procrastinator, and yeah. So, but I should be dropping a video today. I'm trying to get as many recorded as I can, and I'm gonna end up just doing like certain reaction videos and actual certain videos of deep dives. I don't know. We're just gonna do what the fuck I want to do, man. I'm not gonna force nothing. Let's make sure we have our YouTube stuff up here. 1 second before we get into everything. How's everybody's morning going though, guys? God bless everybody. Let's try and get our Let's try and get some fucking super chats today, y'all. Let's try and get some money flowing this stream. You know? Let's try and Let's try and show some love, man. Hold on, sweetie. Now, if you hear me get up, it's because of my child, obviously. Kids come first. I'm just getting everything ready here. All right. All right. All right, guys. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Right now we are at, what's up with this? Right now we are at 10,234 subs, man. That's crazy how far we came just since we hit 10,000. I can't believe we're already here. Let's continue to run it up, man. Let's try and hit 20K by the end of February. I think we can do it, man. We got about 20 something days to go, so I think we can do it in 20 days. If we're getting about 100 subscribers a day, we can do it, man. I hope everybody's having a fantabulous day, dude. Um, I don't know why I said why I'm saying 20,000 when it would be 11,000, right? It'd be 11,000, not 20,000. 20,000. 20. Now thinking about it, 20,000 is actually a pretty big fucking leap here. That's a lot. I mean, we could potentially do it. It's a good goal to have. But if you look at how we've been doing great. So, anyways, 11,000 by the end of February, I think we'll be doing good. But hitting 20K by the end of February would be even better. But just like every other day, make sure you guys double tap that screen. Let's try and hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. So double tap your screens. If double tap doesn't work, hit the top 3 dots on the top right corner of your screen and hit the like button that way. Good morning, Pumpkin. Good morning, Skippy. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Samantha. Everybody, we're going to have a good day, guys. Grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your pre-workout, whatever you got to grab, and come vibe with your boy, because we are going to react to this video that seems to be pretty crazy. The title, you can just tell it's going to be a good video. I did not see this. This is going to be a fresh reaction. Don't know how long I'm going to have this stream be today because I got other videos I'm going to be downloading. But that's why I said, man, hey, man, y'all got super chat, man. Y'all got to show some motherfucking love up in here, man. Where my people at, man? I mean, come on, man. But anyway, we're going to get in this. I'm going to go grab something and then we're going to start this stream. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm going to go fill my coffee a little bit more and then, yeah. All right, y'all. So we're going to get in this. Let's go. All right. Anyone, and by the way, guys, if you really want to help me out, to all my mods, to everybody who does donate, if you really want to help me out, go to the Ko-Fi. Donate through the Ko-Fi link, okay? Because when you guys donate through the Ko-Fi link, it goes straight to my PayPal. and YouTube takes a brutal 30%, right? Which is their platform. Awesome, I agree. They can, okay, cool, take your fucking percentage, right? But if you send it through Ko-Fi, they only take like 5%. So I would much appreciate if you guys do want to send a larger amount of a donation, send it through Ko-Fi, which I'm about to pin in the comments, which I do every day. But yeah, let's get this started.
All right, you guys, straight to jail for questioning at least Erika. I don't care who's mad. I really do not care who wants to be upset after this episode. Really, you will be wasting your breath. You can spend $1 billion on influencers because this is all becoming increasingly inexplicable. You are asking me to be an idiot, actually, and I cannot do that for you. Someone once commented beneath this show that if the situations were reversed and there were this many verifiable lies that Charlie told regarding the murder or assassination of his wife, Charlie would be in prison awaiting trial. And I actually agree with that assessment. We are way beyond coincidence. This is now a full-blown conspiracy. So welcome back to Candace. Look, I have seen enough, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen enough. Erika, Kirk should be dragged into a police precinct for questioning. Like I said, you can show me the person who disagrees with me on that after I will reveal to you what we can now confirm. You can show me that individual and I will show you a full-blown fraud. That's the only people that would disagree with that assessment. I said to my team this morning that the amount of evidence that is now piling up...
1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
I would say against Erika Kirk is almost akin to an NBC Dateline episode, except it's actually more simplified than that. Like Dateline, that show is way too complicated. We're effectively now playing a toddler's game of Blue's Clues. Now, for my international friends who don't know what Blue's Clues is, it's a child's program here in America where toddlers follow along a massive blue dog as he puts his paw prints on certain clues around a house, 3 clues, then they try to put together a picture in the end. What is Blue trying to say? Let's take out our handy dandy notebook and see what Blue is trying to say. Here's the mail that never fails. Okay, if you are an adult that is capable of basic logic, then I can tell you that Blue's Clues is probably because it's not that exciting. It's pretty obvious.
My bad, guys. I had to go do something. I'm going to rewind this just a little bit. Get mad at me all you want. Everybody who's in here, I appreciate y'all for being here. Much love to everybody. Again, everybody, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Join the family. We're on the road to 10,000. I'm so used to saying 10,000. We are on the road to 11,000 subscribers, but most importantly, 20,000, right? But we're almost we're on the track to hitting 11 quick. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It's right up above my head. Join the See Me Now family if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the vibes. I get told that my vibes are good, all this other shit. I appreciate you guys. I have the best community on YouTube. I stand by that. So hit the subscribe button up here. We're at 10,234, marking the start of the stream. Let's see where we are at in the beginning. So 10,234. Remember that. 10,234. Everybody hit the subscribe button. And we always do the thing every single day, okay? So we have 45 minutes left within the first hour of the stream. Within the first hour of the stream, we always try and hit 100 likes. So everybody, double tap your screen. Just take your phone, double tap your screen. If double tap doesn't work, on the top right corner of your screen, hit the 3 dots and hit the like button. And the notification bell should be there as well, so you can hit the notification bell so you can always be a part of the phone. Okay? Oh, of the phone. Of the stream. I was reading this guy's comment. My bad. Much love. I hate autocorrect. Anyway, I love you guys. Much love. Everybody run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate and get your name written on the dono wall, even if you don't agree with me, even if you hate my videos, I don't care. If you want to get your comments read, send through your super chats. Get your name written down on the dono wall. Show some love and support. Any large donations go to Ko-Fi so YouTube doesn't take half of it. And then, yeah, so much love.
Will show you a blown fraud. That's the only people that would disagree with that assessment. I said to my team this morning that
Son
the
of a
amount
bitch.
of
All right, I'm sorry. I'm back. God darn.
evidence that is now piling up, I would say against Erika Kirk, is almost akin to an NBC Dateline episode, except it's actually more simplified than that. Like Dateline, that show is way too complicated. We're effectively now playing a toddler's game of Blue's Clues. Now, for my international friends who don't know,
Come on, guys. We always try and hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. We have 44 minutes left. Everybody like the stream. Hit the subscribe button above me. Much love.
what Blue's Clues is, it's a child's program here in America where
Thank you to Chastity Moore for the subscription. God bless you.
toddlers
And God bless your family. Welcome to the
follow
family.
along a massive blue dog as he puts his paw prints on certain clues around a house, 3 clues, and they try to put together a picture in the end. What is Blue trying to say? Let's take out our handy dandy notebook and see what Blue is trying to say. Here's the mail that never fails. Okay, if you are an adult that is capable of basic logic, then I can tell you that Blue's Clues is probably not for you because it's not that exciting. It's pretty obvious, you know. Discovering that 1 + 1 = 2 is a very elementary concept, and that's effectively what that show is. And we are now arriving at that moment with Erika Kirk, and I'm going to tell you why. So yesterday and last week, we introduced to you Erika's best friend for over 15 years, a woman by the name of Tracy Martin. Now, we were working off of a tip that Tracy may have been with Erika when Erika got the call from Elizabeth and Mikey McCoy, because they were both on the phone, even though that was never revealed to the public until later. Tracy, I am told, because she's privatized her public profiles, but I am told that she has denied that claim. Okay, let's assume Tracy's telling the truth and that she was not with Erika on September 10th. That's not even relevant to what we're about to reveal to you, because what Tracy cannot deny is that her daughter is indeed Erika's assistant. I have confirmed that. And I want to be very clear here that this young woman did nothing wrong. She's not done anything wrong. I'm intentionally choosing not to name her daughter because I don't want people to stalk her, to reach out to her, or to try to learn anything about her life. She, like I said, has done nothing wrong. And in many ways, she's just beginning her life, okay? She doesn't get to choose who her parents are, and who among us would not jump at an opportunity to go work with the wife of the CEO of a massive student organization like Turning Point USA. You would accept that job gleefully. That's a wonderful opportunity in life. So I just want to overstate here that this young woman needs to be left entirely alone, okay? Choosing not to name her. However, it is a fact that she was supposed to go to UVU on September 10th. I remind you, this is Erika's assistant. And it sort of tracks, given Erika's public admission, that she too was considering going. But remember, Charlie told her, home needs you. Home needs you. So she was instead going to go meet him at the next event, which was in Colorado, slated for later that week. Charlie did not want her to go to the UVU event because the kids needed her. Home needs her. But he totally wanted her to become the chairman and the CEO of the company in his absence, right? Like that totally tracks. That makes perfect sense. Anyway. But the reason that Erika's assistant and her mother, Tracy, Erika's best friend, told people in their orbit something quite interesting, actually. The reason that they told her that they didn't go is different from the reason that Erika didn't go, obviously. Tracy and her daughter told people that Tracy had a bad feeling. Like I told you, we've confirmed that. Tracy had a bad feeling, and so she stopped her daughter from going to UVU. This is now confirmed. It's a fact. So let me carefully unpack to you why that is bananas. The day before, as we know, Charlie messages a group of people and says that he is abandoning the pro-Israel cause, and he means it, okay? He's also texting people who work at Turning Point USA, and he's saying he wants Candace back at
Not gonna lie, when Charlie Kirk says just lost another huge Jewish donor, 2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker, I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Then this Kevin Freeman guy. Ugh, Charlie, we just talked about this a week ago. That's what that sounds like. Then he said Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this. Leave me no choice but leave proposals cause. Mr. D. Yeah. We remember these texts.
Fest that year after the Zionist peer pressure to keep me
just
off
gets
of the
me.
roster. He wasn't allowed to have me. Charlie's done. He is done. That's now a fact. He signals to his troops that he doesn't care about the money, does not care about the money anymore. He wants them out.
You're good, Pumpkin.
He then has what looks like an emergency Zoom call with Rabbi Wolicki. Now, I want you to bear in mind, this is 4 a.m. in Israel. Rabbi Wolicki lives in Israel. It's 4 a.m., and he's going to jump on this call with Charlie. And he was just on this chat. He was on the chat 2 hours earlier before this call when Charlie said that he would no longer be bullied by Jewish donors who play into all of the stereotypes. That chat, that notorious chat, which also featured Josh Hammer, okay? Josh and the rabbi, 2 hours later, are going to jump on this call. And later on, after Charlie was assassinated, Josh and Erika, in a different time, to my face, they're going to say that chat was really not a big deal. That chat wasn't a big deal. Charlie was just blowing off a little bit of steam. He didn't mean it. He never once blinked on his support for Israel. Now,
this is last night's live, Dustin. I'm just reacting to it, going over it. Because apparently she said it's so important to her. She titled it "Why It's Time for the Police to Question Erika Kirk." So what better podcast to react to, right?
according to Josh, that 2 hour later call, that
Welcome
was just
in,
because
brother.
Josh Hammer's brilliant. He's a mentor. He was a mentor somehow to Charlie when it came to debating, and he really just needed some good talking points. He was angry at Israel, but he was just blowing off some steam, and then he was back and wanted to focus on these talking points. And so apparently he needed Josh Hammer. He also needed this rabbi all the way in Israel who agreed to wake up at 4 a.m. his time to help Charlie with talking points to college students. It's not exactly doing some main stage event up against some big political player. He needs help debating college students. So never mind the fact, let's just park aside the fact that Charlie was known as a boy wonder for doing just that. That's how he made his name, debating college kids. This time, for whatever.
Come on, guys, let's get those likes up, man. We're only at 9 likes right now. We always do it within the first hour of the stream. We try and hit 100 likes. We got what is it? 37 minutes left, right? 37 minutes left. We always try and hit 100 likes within the first hour. So just double tap your screens. If the double tap doesn't work, hit the top 3 dots on the top right corner of your screen and hit the like button. But most importantly, hit that subscribe button right above my head, man. We are getting close to 11K. We just hit 10K last Saturday. We're running it up. We're trying to hit 20K very soon, by the end of the month. Let's try and get that done, man. Run it up. Show some love and support.
Whatever reason he needs.
But yeah, we do this every day. Within the first hour of the stream, we always try to hit 100 likes. So everybody double tap their screen, show some love and support. And everybody that's new to the stream, welcome to the See Me Now family. God bless.
And these were the two that were best suited for the job. Okay. What we know happens thereafter is Charlie concludes this call with Josh and the rabbi, and then he sends off text messages to his security chief, Dan Flood, also to Andrew Colvett, and he says to them that they are going to kill me. Who is they? Well, Erika wants us to believe that he was referring to the left, or maybe even an Etsy witch, right? Some Etsy witch who put a curse on him. Because don't forget, we
appreciate you, Dustin. Welcome to the family.
Also told that the definitely not at all Catholic Charlie had a priest come over and pray over him.
Welcome in, Victor. God bless.
As well, after he has this debating pointers handed to him and texting people saying he's going to die. He also was not at all Catholic and needed a priest to pray over him. And By the way, don't forget, he also apparently had no fears the next day, Erika says. She has his phone, but we got a priest praying over him. We have a declaration that he's abandoning the pro-Israel cause and that he feels that he is being bullied and he's done with it, and that Jewish people play into all the stereotypes. But we are also told that he had no fears the next day. Actually, he went to bed and he was just excited. He was elated. He couldn't sleep because doing college campus events was so brand new to him that he felt like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm just going to jump in here and tell you that's a lie. Okay, no one on earth has done more college campus events with Charlie Kirk than me. Charlie was not bubbling over in excitement to go answer questions from the likes of Hunter Kozak. Okay, these events, people stand up, they're just trying to debunk you, and yeah, you do them. You're not jumping out of your skin to do.
Thank you to Samantha Dunn for the subscription. God bless you. Welcome to the See Me Now family, and God bless your family. Let's rewind this a little bit. I was missing a little bit of everything. Sorry, I was listening to something.
Catholic and needed a priest to pray over him. And by the way, don't forget, he also apparently had no fears the next day, Erika said.
By the way, guys, remember, as I'm reacting to this stream, if you guys want me to read your comments, as the chat starts moving quicker, it's harder for me to keep track of them, so don't get offended if I don't read a chat. The best way for me to read your chats is if you super chat. $2 minimum for it to be read, because when you super chat $1, you just can't type any text on it. But it's easier for me to read if you super chat, because then it'll pop up, I can see it, it'll be saved in the donor list, all that other fun stuff, and you can get your name written down on the donor wall. But show some love and support. We have 33 minutes left on our goal. We need 75 more beautiful people to double tap that screen so we can hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. It's our thing we do every day. It's our daily ritual. We always try and hit 100 likes within the first hour, so double tap that screen.
She has his phone, but we got a priest praying over him. We have a declaration that he's abandoning the pro-Israel cause and that he feels that he is being bullied and he's done with it, and that Jewish people play into all the stereotypes. But we are also told that he had no fears the next day. Actually, he went to bed and he was just excited. He was elated. He couldn't sleep because doing college campus events was so brand new to him that he felt like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm just going to jump in here and tell you that's a lie. Okay, no one on earth has done more college campus events with Charlie Kirk than me. Charlie was not bubbling over in excitement to go answer questions from the likes of Hunter Kozak. Okay, these events, people stand up, they're just trying to debunk you, and yeah, you do them. You're not jumping out of your skin to do them because it's your job. Okay, it's the shiny effect has wore off for Charlie Kirk. He was good at his job, and he enjoyed having the debates. He enjoyed cutting across the clips so people could wake up to what was happening on college campuses. But let's just stop with this absurd narrative that he couldn't sleep like it was Christmas morning and he was 4 years old. Anyway, we can keep with Erika's story though. Let's just stick with it. Actually, she's high on Charlie Kirk is high on life over a routine college event, and now he's up and pacing around the house, not in fear, just in excitement. This is like Disney World for him, going to UVU. Oddly, however, what we can confirm to you.
It's like, do they have cameras in their house? Like, should we? I probably sound crazy saying this, but release the camera footage of your crib.
Erika's best friend and her assistant did have fear for some reason. Charlie's good. He's excited, but they had fear. For some reason, Tracy Martin told her daughter, who's Erika's assistant, not to go to this event. They pull her back because Tracy senses danger. But if that's just mommy intuition, are we to believe that she did this? She pulled her daughter back from this event and she declined to share that overwhelming mommy intuition with her best friend whose husband was going to the event? That seems selfish to me. Are we also to believe that Erika wasn't interested in asking her assistant why she wasn't going to do her job?
Yeah, what kind of like best friend would be like, yeah, I have a very terrible feeling of this event tomorrow, and I feel like something very bad is gonna happen, so I'm telling my daughter not to go, and maybe you should talk to Charlie and tell him that I'm having a terrible feeling about tomorrow, right? What kind of best friends don't tell each other that, right? Come on.
To work? I want you guys to remember, Charlie was assassinated on a Wednesday. So if Tracy pulled her daughter back from going to work or going to the event on Wednesday morning, then presumably Erika, her daughter's employer or boss would have been made aware, you presumably would have had to say something. Maybe the conversation, hey, what are you doing staying behind here in Arizona? Didn't I tell you to go help Charlie at UVU? There's not to be some sort of a conversation? And if you're wondering why at all Erika's assistant would be traveling with Charlie, it's because she also doubled as an assistant on Charlie's show, and the whole gang was there. Remember Charlie's show? Blake Neff's there. They're bringing amazing Mikey McCoy is there. Wow, kind of weird that she wouldn't tell her work colleagues.
God, switching these chargers is so annoying. I need to get another PC charger. I don't know why my other two went to shit. It's crazy.
Hey, maybe don't go. My mom's got a bad feeling. No? Or were Blake and Mikey wondering why she wasn't coming to work?
We got 29 minutes left on the goal, guys. We just need 72 more likes to hit that, 72 more people to hit that like button, man, to hit 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. Appreciate y'all for running it up. God bless.
At UVU, how did this go? I want to know. I have all of these questions, but you see, I'm not a police officer. I don't work for the feds. And so I don't have a right to ask them outside of this podcast. Did she call out sick? Maybe that's what maybe she just called out sick. That's not what she told people in her immediate circle, but I'm just throwing things at the wall here because everything we're being told makes no sense. So did she called out altogether? Again, I'll ask the question, what sorts of best friend would move out of intuition to save her daughter's life, to protect her daughter, but not communicate those concerns to her best friend whose husband is still going to that event? Are we to believe that that is how it went down? And if the answer is yes, are we to assume that they believe we're idiots? Erika,
well, if Erika Kirk, has enough gall to be online on on public platforms telling a 15-year-old girl that she loves all of her features and all that other stuff, and she's willing to talk to a 15-year-old girl like that, it's pretty crazy that she wouldn't, tell her own husband or, talk to her other friend about a bad feeling at an event.
Be dragged into a police precinct. Tracy Martin should be dragged into a police precinct. Her daughter should be made to sit and answer basic questions about this intuition. Messages should be shared, shown. Everyone should figure out how this happened. That's where I'm at on this. She needs to be questioned. Erika needs to be questioned. Because my dog Blue is leaving his paw print, and this picture seems pretty obvious that is emerging. Paw print number 1, on the day of Charlie's actual funeral, her and Andrew Colvett, Erika and Andrew Colvett, had an emergency 3-way call with Dr. Lee Trotter, the surgeon, trying to figure out how to respond to the public about why the 30-06 didn't pass through Charlie's neck. Erika allegedly is the one who put forth this 3-way call. She's on the call. There was no HIPAA violation here, and she is the one that suggested that Charlie has a Superman neck. And again, they are playing defense because I shared the fact on my podcast that the bullet didn't go through. Well, it did not go through. There was no blood at all. Apparently, Andrew hit send on X to Superman neck, and we're led to believe for a very long time that was referring to, I don't know, something the surgeon said, which he didn't. My dog Blue paw print number 2, Erika lied to Glenn Beck about Charlie having not sent around text messages the night before to various people signaling that he thought he was going to be murdered. I have his phone. And then she said that was a mistake. No, it must have been on Telegram that he sent that. And then I confirmed with my person that had access to Dan Flood's phone that it wasn't sent on Telegram. It was sent on iMessage. So she lied to me. She lied twice. She lied once, and then she lied again to me. And I don't like when people lie to my face. Paw print number 3. Erika was at the meeting in the Hamptons when Bibi Netanyahu called and offered to take Turning Point to the next level, but she cannot remember that particular detail. Boys and girls, what is the picture that is emerging? We could do more paw prints, but this is a toddler show. 3 should be enough to have a picture that's emerging. We should be able to take out my handy dandy notebook and put together a picture here, a story here should be emerging. And the kids, you can just shout, what's happening here? What are we looking at, kids? And that doesn't even account for all of the subjective oddities, vibes, like Erika's emotions, the Zoom call, the Shabbat Shalom book tour, Erika asserting to Barry Weiss, of all people, that Jew hatred is
Oh my God, dude, she just looks like a man. I'm sorry, no offense. Allegedly, I'm off my meds. I a figment of my imagination. Everything I say is bullshit. But oh my God, Jesus. Thank you guys for running up the likes, man. I appreciate y'all. We just need 64 more beautiful people to hit that like button so we can reach our goal of 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. Much love. Welcome in, Camille.
wrong. Erika allowing Ben Shapiro to open at AmFest behind her. Like I said, that was my clue. Something was wrong. When Ben came out swinging, I was going, oh, something's very wrong here. Erika welcoming the New York Times into their shared home. Basically, Erika here is pulling the LBJ. And what I mean by that is as soon as LBJ got into office after JFK's assassination, he reversed course on every single one of JFK's policies. JFK's enemies seemingly became LBJ's friends. Erika appears to be doing that to me strongly. I know for a fact Charlie disliked Ben. Why would you let him buy his way onto the stage? Charlie said no, for a fact, to more Zionist control at Turning Point USA. He signaled to the troops, this is done, it is over. Charlie said no to Bibi Netanyahu coming on his show. So he was done being bullied by Zionist dollars. Is that the energy that we're getting right now from Turning Point USA? I broke the story and people didn't believe me because it sounds made up. I'm not making this up. There was a scheduled a few weeks ago for
Appreciate you,
Bibi
Pumpkin.
Netanyahu, Erika Kirk, and Ben Shapiro to film together something. Maybe it was supposed to be for the Super Bowl. I don't know, but it got canceled at the last second. They were filming something in Palm Beach and it got canceled last second. Does that feel like the direction of travel that Charlie Kirk was going into? We can't even get his widow to at least come out and tell the truth about Charlie shifting positions. Does that not strike you as odd? Again, we're now in subjective territory, but does that not strike you as odd to at least say, as I would feel and as I have felt, like, you know, screw you, Josh Hammer, and this person, everybody who was mean to him and stressed him out in those final days? We're not even getting that energy. And in case you still do not believe what I have maintained from the very beginning about Charlie, who had flipped his position on Israel, I want to show you this clip of Megyn Kelly, which is going viral from her appearance on Piers Morgan's show. Now, Megyn Kelly is not the person that I expected to be one of the very few people with a platform who knew Charlie, who simply did the right thing and told the truth. Okay? She has taken a ton of flack for that. I also want to be clear that her and I do not agree. She supports Turning Point USA. She supports the direction Turning Point USA is going into ostensibly. She disagrees with me on a great many number of topics. But at this juncture, I would probably crawl over broken glass to defend her, even if I didn't agree with her positions, because she showed that she has a soul. And apparently that's rare in politics. She showed and demonstrated that she had a soul when a good man was murdered in broad daylight in front of the entire world. And she had the courage to simply tell the truth. She said, yes, Charlie changed his mind of the topic of Israel. She believes that Tyler Robinson was the person, as she has said on her show. Again, we don't agree, but she thinks that it was Tyler Robinson who did this. And she agrees with the narrative that we're not getting a lot of details because it's just making its way through its court system. But that hasn't made her lie about what Charlie was going through at the end. Why is it Megyn Kelly? Charlie Kirk didn't make Megyn Kelly. Charlie Kirk did not employ Megyn Kelly. She wasn't making tons of money at Turning Point USA. Charlie Kirk didn't.
I appreciate every single one of y'all. 59 more beautiful people. Just need to double tap that screen so we can hit our goal of 100 likes within the first hour, y'all. Much love. 21 minutes left within the first hour of the stream. We need 59 more gorgeous people to hit that like button.
Sweat and lose sleep trying to build up Megyn Kelly. But all of his lieutenants around him, they're silent. They're letting the lies fly. This is Megyn Kelly on Piers Morgan, and she makes an incredible point that they're all coming after her. I don't know why she's always responsible for what I say, even though we don't agree. I don't even go on her show. But they don't go after people like Piers Morgan, who he actually does platform me. Take a listen to what she had to say.
And just on Candace Owens, you've been very supportive of her, not critical, even though she, I would argue, and I have to her face when I've had her on the show, well, I get on well with Candace, but some of the stuff she's been doing in relation to Erika Kirk, Brigitte Macron, and others, I do think is really regrettable, kind of conspiracy theory nonsense just for clicks and money. Why would you hesitate before criticizing her over stuff like that?
I've criticized Candace many times over the years. We've had many public fights over the years. But isn't it interesting that you will, quote, platform Candace? She hasn't been on my show in several years, but I get all the hard time. Why am I getting that? You're the one, quote, platforming Candace Owens. She and I don't have that kind of relationship. Candace took a bunch of crap because she was very anti-Israel in the Gaza war. And it became a thing where you had to say she was terrible in her positioning. And then after Charlie died, she started questioning whether Israel had any role in it. And that's when they really tried to amp up the pressure on me to condemn her. And I refused because Charlie was starting to have serious questions about Israel. Not just its role in the Gaza war, but its influence on American politicians, something he and I spent hours and hours discussing. So I had no problem with Candace Owens.
Shut up, Megyn Kelly, man. Megyn Kelly is so based. Excuse me. And, you know, very, very brave for coming on here and actually sticking up for herself and her sticking to her guns and being like, you know what? No, he was being pressured. And I'm not going to be the tone police for Candace. Like, I really respect Megyn Kelly for the way she's been taking her stance and stuff like that lately. So, shout out Scotland. Welcome in, Natty. God bless everybody. We just need 52. Thank you guys for running up the likes, man. I really do truly appreciate it. We have 18 minutes left within the first hour. Every single day, our goal is to hit 100 likes within the first hour. So we just need 52 more beautiful people to double tap that screen, show some love and support, and let's hit that goal, man. Hit the subscribe button as well. Join the See Me Now family. You won't regret it.
Asking those questions. And I refused to condemn her because I was under pressure from these people who wanted me to. And then that morphed into then everything Candace said thereafter, with which I may or may not have had serious problems, that I had to, where's the condemnation? And it was all really about the Israel thing. And I'd rather die than bend the knee to these people. I'd rather die than bend the knee. It won't happen. I didn't raise my fist and say BLM, and I'm not going to condemn the people they want me to condemn just so that I can get a little pat on my head from them. It's not important to me. What's important to me is I live free, and that frankly.
Shout out Ireland. I got a lot of people from Ireland that watch too. Much love, unit leader. God bless. Megyn Kelly is on fire right now spitting these facts. I didn't see, I had seen one clip, but I didn't see this part of the Pierce Morgan interview. Very interesting. Because we all know Mr. Pierce broke his hip. He's old now.
To be an American.
That is incredibly powerful. And like I said, kudos to Megyn Kelly because she is telling the truth. It has always been about Israel. It is not about morality. And by the way, even if she did come out outright and condemn me, that would buy her maybe until next week. If she didn't say the next thing they wanted her to say, they would destroy her. We have seen this pattern over and over again. I'm one of the people that suffered from this pattern. I don't like what's happening in Gaza. Look what they did to me. Look what's happening with Charlie. Does this make any sense to you? Charlie was, for a fact, having plenty of doubts about Israel. Anybody in his inner circle can tell you that. And yet people in his inner circle are not telling you that. Instead, they are spending money and going after influencers from the very beginning to influence people to believe that Candace was lying about this fact. And now we have a predicament when even the person closest to Charlie.
Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
His wife is being caught telling lies. These are lies. It is inexplicable why her assistant was pulled back on September 10th. Maybe it is actually, maybe it is something that can be explained, then they should explain it. This is way too coincidental. I want to be very clear on my perspective on this. I believe this is a conspiracy. I don't believe that this just keeps happening and no one can give answers and that having plenty of doubts about Israel. Anybody in his inner circle can tell you that. And yet people in his inner circle are not telling you that. Instead, they are spending money.
Thank you to Ryan for the subscription. Where's that marker? Here it is. Thank you to Rianne, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. I truly do apologize to you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. God bless you. I wish you would have said something so I could have read it, but thank you so much. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. God bless you. Welcome to the See Me Now family. That is one super chat. We just need 9 more beautiful people to send their super chats to. I have a 10 super chat goal up of any color, so that means $1 and above. Feel free to send whatever. That means 9 more beautiful people just need to send through a super chat to help me reach my goal of 10 super chats any color. Thank you again to Ryan for the subscription, or Rianne. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Feel free to yell at me in the chat, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. And yeah, I'm gonna write your name down on the wall right now.
And going after influencers from the very beginning to influence people to believe that Candace was lying about this fact. And now we have a predicament when even the person closest to Charlie, his wife, is being caught telling lies. These are lies. It is inexplicable why her assistant was pulled back on September 10th. Maybe it is actually, maybe it is something that can be explained, then they should explain it. This is way too coincidental. I want to be very clear on my perspective on this. I believe this is a conspiracy.
Thank you to Natty86 for the €2 or those pounds. I can never get that right. Again, I am mispronouncing something. I am an idiot. Thank you so much, Natty, for the £2 or €2. Much love to you. God bless you and your family. I hope you're having a fantastic day. That just means 8 more beautiful people just need to send a super chat of whatever color. We'd have 10 goal of 10 super chats, any color. Help me reach my goal of 10 super chats of any color. And feel free to type in, when you send your super chats, get your comments read so I can read your beautiful comments and interact with you. I love talking to y'all. It's much easier when you guys super chat while I'm reacting to live streams like this and the chat's moving and stuff like that, so I can see what you guys say and it doesn't disappear in the chat and I don't have to scroll and all that other stuff. I can just go straight to fan funding and read it. So I truly do appreciate all the support and donos. Any large donations, though, that you guys want to make, anything larger than $10, I would say, go to the link that I have pinned in the comments if you really want to support me in a large way, because YouTube takes a brutal 30%. Ko-Fi only takes like 5%. So you can either hit the Streamlabs link in the description or the Ko-Fi in the pinned comments. I prefer you just do the Ko-Fi, much easier for you, and then you know where your money's going. God bless you guys. Thank you again, Natty. I appreciate you. God bless you. It is pounds. All right. £2. All right. Bet. I appreciate you, girl. I'm going to write your name down on the wall right now. Thank you so much.
I don't believe that this just keeps happening and no one can give answers, and that Charlie really was just so excited the night before that he slept in his daughter's bed and we don't know what happened here. Sweep it all under the rug. Nobody talked about what happened at the Hamptons. He just needed advice from Josh Hammer. They're asking us to be really stupid right now, and I am asking you to join me in refusing that order.
We have 12 minutes left, y'all. 12 minutes left. We just need 42 more beautiful people to double tap their screens to get to 100 likes so we can reach our goal of 100 likes within the first hour of the stream. Thank you guys for all the love and support today. It's really appreciated. God bless you guys. We're running it up today. I truly do have the best community on YouTube. Let's see where we're at right now with subscribers. We just continue to grow. It's inevitable. We're going to get that silver plaque by the end of the year. Now we're at 2,048. What were we at in the beginning? I can't remember. Was anyone keeping track? I can't remember. I can't remember where we're at. But we're just growing. We're running it up. I appreciate everybody. Your guys' likes and your subscriptions are enough. Anything else that's financial is a blessing. And thank you for thinking I deserve your blessing. So thank you to Natty and Ryan. I appreciate you. God bless you. No, you're good, Natty. Like I said, your guys' likes and your subscribes are all that matter. Just running up the channel's views, running up the likes, joining the family, subscribing, hitting the notification bell so I can see you in every stream. That's what matters. If you feel like I deserve your blessing of a donation, that is that's a blessing. That's not deserve, or that's not like I'm not entitled to that. I don't deserve that. I earn that. If you feel like I've earned that and you want to go as far to donate, Thank you so much, and it's a blessing. And I'm very grateful. So thank you so much, and God bless you guys.
Anyway, we are going to
Thank you
pause
so
here
much,
and take a
Natty.
brief break before I respond to a TikToker who has called me over in an internet game of Red Rover. And the podcasters, they've done a lot more than the entire federal government, law enforcement, and Turning Point USA executives in terms of trying to figure out what happened to Charlie Kirk. Why
10 more minutes, you guys. Come on, y'all. 10 more minutes. Can we get 40 more beautiful people to just double tap their screen? We'll be at 100 likes. 10 more minutes before the first hour of the stream ends. And we'll be 10 more minutes before the first hour of the stream ends. Let's try and hit 100 likes. Sorry, I cannot talk today for some reason.
things are not making sense? And one TikToker got onto the platform and she decided to bump me in some information in a nice internet game of Red Rover. Take a listen.
Red Rover, I call Candace over. I found something in the Epstein files that may be a missing puzzle piece to the Charlie Kirk investigation. Let's get into it. So after Charlie Kirk had passed away, we started seeing these articles pop up, which made me dig into Erika Kirk, and I found the Romanian Angels stuff. That video blew up, but I didn't have any lawyers sent after me. Instead, it was private investigators asking how I found this information, asking me to send them links. I knew at that point that I was on the right track, was suspecting that Erika Kirk could be involved in something bigger than what we're being told. So I've kept digging, because in every homicide investigation, a potential suspect is the spouse, especially when they have so much to gain, right? Now, this article that was posted shortly after Charlie Kirk's assassination by USA Today states that Erika Kirk worked as a real estate agent in New York City for the Corcoran Group. So if we're to believe the story that she works as a real estate agent for the Corcoran Group, then her boss would be Pamela Liebman, because Pamela has been the president and CEO of the Corcoran Group since 2000. At least that's what the public has been told. Now, in this Epstein document that's doing an official name search and alias for Lynn Forster, aka Lindy Rothschild, it states that under her work affiliations that she is the Corcoran Group Inc. president. And it even shows her email, which is redacted.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to look at what file number this is. EF. Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. 1 second. My apologies. Hold on, sweetie pie. 1 second. EFT. I'll figure that out later.
Now, this is a bit of a tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, but if Erika was involved in anything sketchy...
7 minutes left, guys. I know I keep pausing it, my bad, but every day it's our routine thing, man. We try and hit 100 likes within the first 60 minutes of the stream, man. We're at 60 likes. Can we get 40 more beautiful people to double tap that screen so we can get to 100 likes within the first hour? Much love.
And she needed to receive payment. Having her work for the Corcoran Group as a real estate agent would be a very easy way to launder money, right?
Let me just tell you how God works. I don't actually peruse TikTok that often. And I got this video, I think somebody sent it to me. And I had just arrived at an interesting fact about Erika, because, you know, we've been working in the background on this timeline of her life. And it was about her real estate career. An interesting little tidbit that I can add here on her journey. It just so happens to be, like I said, this came across as I was noticing this inexplicable data point. The story that we are told, and the story that Charlie was told, the story that I was told, is that Erika and Charlie Kirk fell in love when he was interviewing her for a job with Turning Point USA. Many people have confirmed this many times over. I'll give you some examples. Here is Tyler Boyer discussing this at Charlie Kirk's memorial.
I got a call. I got a call from Miss Erika Kirk, Miss Arizona 2012. I just want to help, she said. So naturally, I put her right behind the president at that first rally. After that, we talked. It was obvious she was the perfect person for the job that Charlie and I had devised in one of our 24-hour planning sessions. I wanted to hire her. I only had one problem. Charlie Kirk wanted to date her.
Okay. He tells that story. And by the way, he's telling the truth. I was around for that. I just had to scroll in through my own text messages. Here is Erika similarly telling the story herself. Take a listen.
He got finished with his burger and he just sat there and he looked at me and he's like, you know what? I'm not going to hire you. And I was like, that's fine. I don't need this job. I'm doing plenty of other things here in Manhattan. He's like, I'm going to date you.
Okay, so this is a job interview. And I'm going to show you one more example of this. She tells Megyn Kelly this on stage, and this is even after his assassination. So take a listen.
When I met Charlie, the only reason I sat down with him because I thought it was a consulting position for work. I did not date in Manhattan. I saw the pits of hell of the dating pool through my roommates.
So I can tell you, going back in my text messages with Charlie, that this date thing happened September of 2018. We discussed it. Like I said, I was basically like his wingman and very much enjoyed that. I was very pro Erika and him getting together. I can say that as well. So Charlie.
So, like, I wonder if she thinks to herself, was I helping a Mossad agent get with my best friend? Like, I wonder if Candace ever just thinks that. Like, is that possible? Could be. 4 more minutes left, guys. 35 more beautiful people need. Double tap that screen. Can we hit 100 likes within 4 minutes? God bless.
He interviewed her in New York. That is true because she was looking for a gig with Turning Point USA. And I find that now to be very strange, weird, that she would be looking for a job in politics at the exact same time that she apparently received her New York real estate license. Yeah. So October 2018 is when they began dating in earnest. That is the very month.
After this, we'll watch a little bit of Pam Bondi being grilled over the Epstein files. It's live right now on Fox, so we'll move over to that too.
That Erika receives her New York real estate license. She begins dating Charlie Kirk. I'm going to show you that. Here is her license, and I'm going to show you how you figure this out. This is a snapshot. You can see it says this real estate license is valid until October 24th, 2020. In New York, your real estate license lasts for 2 years. Think of it like a driver's license. You have to get that license renewed, and it's every 2 years. So if it expired on October 24th, 2020, that means that she received her real estate license, we can assume, on October 24th, 2018. Right when she started dating Charlie Kirk. I just thought that that was super interesting. That didn't exactly make sense to me as I was doing this timeline because I remember when Charlie met Erika. I remember Tyler setting this up. I remember the conversations, and I still have the conversations, thankfully, because I delete nothing when all this went down. The career that I was told that Erika had was that she was doing fashion. Erika was in New York City. I met her at a steakhouse shortly thereafter.
Welcome in, Debbie.
Charlie wanted to know what I thought about her. And what I was made to understand was that Erika was working in fashion on this clothing brand, Proclaim Streetwear. She wore a lot of jewelry on her arm, and she was into like Christian branded fashion. So I'm just trying to understand why you would be trying to do both a fashion company, and then if you look up the LLCs, certainly at being of 2019, she files for a trademark for that fashion brand. So she is both running a fashion brand, getting her master's at Liberty University, getting her real estate license, and beginning a career with Corcoran Real Estate, which is a massive real estate firm in New York. And when we dig up the relic of what she was doing at Corcoran Real Estate, all we can find on Wayback Machine is that she had one listing. So how did this career get started? How were we not told that? How was I not told when I spoke to her that she was a real estate agent? I don't know. That all seems quite strange to me. The real estate thing seems a little bit strange to me.
Possibly connected with Trump. Not gonna lie. I mean, 60 seconds left, guys. 30 more beautiful people just need to like the stream. We'll be at 100 likes within the first hour. I appreciate everybody who did like and who tried to get us there. We tried, but we did not succeed today. We won't do it every day, but it's always a blessing. Any like or any subscribe I get is a blessing. Thank you so much. Trump, I'm not surprised if, she's involved in pageantry that Trump owns. Then she gets involved in real estate. Trump was very heavily involved in real estate in New York. Wouldn't be surprised about that. You know what I mean? So it's just there's just a lot of different things that's like, Trump seems to be getting more and more involved with this girl.
So I want to add
But
that
there's
to
no evidence that Trump was involved with the whole real estate situation. I'm just saying that could be.
the pile for you TikTokers that are looking into things to let you know that you are on the right track and you've noticed something that struck me as odd at the exact same moment that you came across it. I said, this is actually weird. This is not the Erika that I met. I didn't know anything about this. How many careers can you have at the exact same time? Also, by the way, doing a reality show, dating, even though you never dated in New York City, or at least what you told Barry Weiss. Anyway, I wanted to add that little tidbit before we answer some of your questions. We will be right back after a brief break from sponsors. All right, you guys, for Candace. Calling anybody who went to school with Erika, it's amazing. It's her entire, she's got so many universities she went to. Is everything online beyond first semester of freshman year? Regis University, we have Loyola Marymount University, we've got Arizona State University, we've got Liberty University, we've got graduate
That's right, Skippy.
programs, obscure programs.
That's right, Skippy. Everything I say is crazy. I'm a comedian. I forgot my meds. Everything's a figment of my imagination. Even this. This is a simulation.
I don't have anybody in my tips box that is saying they went to school with her or were a roommate with her. So if that's you, please send us a message, more tips at CandaceOwens.com.
Thank you to Tynesha for the subscription. God bless you. And to Natty for the subscription and the dono. God bless you. God bless you guys and your family. Much love to everybody who is in here. Welcome to the family. Everybody who is new to the channel, welcome to the See Me Now family. You won't regret supporting your boy. We are now at 10,255 subscribers, man. We are running it up. God bless every single one of you. Our family sure is getting big. What was I going to say? I can't remember now, damn it. It was something. Oh, yeah, no. We have 8 more people. So we do have a super chat goal up of 10 super chats. We have 2, it's any color, $1 and above, 10 super chats. Help me reach my goal. We have 2 people who already dono. Thank you, those 2 donos. I will be shouting out the donors in the end. Make sure you get your super chats and get your name written on the wall. We just need 8 more people to super chat, any color. My highest dono ever was $100, by the way. So if anyone wants to break my highest dono record, feel free.
I'd like to just know. I'd like to piece that together. I've never seen someone do so much schooling and have no one that can confirm that they did any schooling. Maybe it was all online. Again, she seems to be a Jane, if we will, of many trades. And we'll have more of that again next week as I take you through. She's traveling. She's living in China, but she's in school the whole time. So maybe it really was all just online. I would like to know more. Also, in case you missed this update, quite strangely, one of the people who was fired, the one who spoke out, Aubrey Leitch, at Turning Point USA, the one who was questioned over the Uber ride by Marina Mines, the CMO over at Turning Point USA, her husband or her fiance, who also got fired from Turning Point USA just because I guess he's going to marry her or something, was going home and recognized that there was a person outside of their home. The video is online. You can find it. That was taking photos of their car, their license plate on their car, as well as their home. And obviously he confronted him. He records the person. So in case you're thinking, which I would have thought, maybe they're just trying to serve documents. No, the whole confrontation is online. He questions him about why he's here. He says, my name is Mike, and I am taking photos because this legal firm asks me to take photos. He won't give much more information. He says he can't speak about it. This looks to me like a private investigator. Like Turning Point USA has sent private investigators to gather information on their employees. We aren't sure. I certainly tweeted at Andrew Kovett for a statement on this. That is not what happens when they serve documents. I'm a bit of an expert on that. They just give you the documents. There was no documents in his hand. He delivered nothing to him. And he was just taking photos of their home and their car. Terrifying, of course, for somebody who is 25 years old to experience. That is absolutely terrifying. I don't know why you can't just get fired these days. I don't know why you have former employers.
Yeah, that should be like some sort of like lawsuit, right? Like at some point, like if you're gonna sit there and send private investigators to come and check out my vehicle and my house and where I live and take pictures months after I've been terminated from the workplace, and you're still trying to like harass me with private investigators and letters and lawsuits or cease and desist, like at some point, I mean, God, you got to be able to have some sort of, something you should be able to do against that, right? What's up, Zeus?
Acting like
Come
ex-boyfriends.
say what's up to the
It's
chat.
very
Come on.
crazy. Ex-boyfriends. It's very strange. But I want to let you know that that's happening. Turning Point USA former employees are going to move because they don't know what Turning Point USA is doing. They are going to move to take down their GoFundMe on Thursday.
You know what we should do? We should hire a private investigator for Erika. That would be something. Someone should just do it for free.
This week. So I wanted to once again promote it. If you would like to support the Turning Point USA employees who have been fired, you can go to GoFundMe, the Purge Fallout Fund, and hopefully we can help them as they get their lives restarted because they worked 20-hour days. And of course, they did not see any of the billions that are allegedly coming in from Pierre. They didn't get to stick around. They got to be emotionally manipulated to believe that Charlie was in the office working. Working. If you want to see Charlie, his spirit lives in the office. How about LOL? They mocked me for saying I had a dream about about Charlie, but did anybody make fun of Erika for saying that Charlie's spirit was in the office or would be with them in the office when they were working and they could speak to Charlie? No, because that wasn't a part of the PR campaign to attack Candace Owens no matter what she says at all times. Yeah, even when it's totally sensible. I had a dream. Charlie told me he was betrayed, and I'm feeling like that's a fact check true. You agree with me? I feel like I give myself a fact check true on that one. If you guys would like to support our show, we have new merch on the website. Also remind you content. Tell you he's definitely not cheering me on. They absolutely hate me. I am the person to them, at the end of every Scooby-Doo mystery, we're like, and we almost got away with it. If it wasn't for you meddling kids, I'm the meddling kid. I'm the meddling kid. None of it is making any sense. And I'm going to continue to ask questions. And since you've already completely exacerbated every effort to have a PR machine come after me, I have nothing to lose. You guys have been chasing me for having sensible positions regarding what Israel is doing all around the world. What do I have to lose? Nothing. In fact, I have everything to gain, in my view. I have everything to gain by telling the truth. I hope people commit themselves to that understanding that if you have a platform, even if you don't have a platform, the challenge for you is to always commit yourself to the truth. It feels like right now more than ever, there is so much temptation to side with evil because it's convenient, because it's wealthy, because it has power. There's so much temptation to side with the lie. There's also the psychological operation that is being run by these people to convince you that you are immoral for having an immoral perspective, quite literally trying to invert reality. And I don't know. I just want you to feel encouraged to stand up to these people, like Charlie did in the end, to stand up to these bullies who are trying to force you into their perspectives by putting you under duress in one way or the other. I just want to encourage you to keep doing that. Like I said, the more that we tell the truth, the more exposed they become. It feels to me like the entire frequency of truth is raising right now, and they are threatened and they are thrashing. It feels like we have the devil by the tail, and I wish Charlie could be here for that. I do. And I'm so happy, like I said, I am so happy that he died with his soul intact. At the end, he stood up and he said, no more, I am done with this. The money doesn't mean anything to me, take it. I want real people in my life.
Yep.
So anyway, getting to some...
And it's so messed up how he passed away, and it's just like every single person is just doing the opposite of what he would wanted, man. It's just sad. I mean, it truly is, and I really wonder what he would say if he was here. I really wonder if he like imagine in a movie Erica's like just getting home and whatnot, and all of a sudden like the spirit of Charlie appears, and like she like turns around and gasps like and like is looking at him, and he's looking at her. What do you think he would say to her in that moment? What do you think that Erika would say? I feel like Charlie would say, "What have you done? I can't believe I fell for it." Like some shit like that. And I think Erika would say, "You didn't take Benjamin's money, so I did." Allegedly. Again, I'm a comedian. I'm off my meds. Figment of my imagination. This ain't real. Life's not real. This dog right here. This dog right here ain't real either. See? Let's see this figment of my imagination. This fluffy doge.
More of your comments today. I see I have gone off, but I think I was chill. I think I was okay. We'll see when I log off. James Gray writes, if I lost my significant other the way that Erika did, I'd be honored to have someone like you fighting alone for the truth. I wouldn't try to shut you down, lie. If I loved the one that I love and I was innocent, why would I lie? Like I said, the lies can't be explained. Short of trying to convince people that we are stupid for recognizing the lies, or Carrie Prejean Baller, who, like, that's what Carrie Prejean said. I'm a Catholic. This is not our doctrine. Our doctrine is Jews abide by the commandment not to kill. There's a lot of killing going on in Gaza. I don't even know if we have that video to show of what Gaza looks like today. If you have it, you can run it. If not, you can see it because I just put it on X. You can go to my X feed and look at what Gaza looks like today. And if that does not spiritually disturb you, here we have it. If this does not spiritually disturb you,
yeah, this is just crazy. And when I was watching, I'll never forget. I was on the way back home from Grand Forks. I can't remember what it was from. I'll never forget watching Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu sitting on the podium or whatever, talking about how Israel and Iran have came to a peace deal and peace in the Middle East, and we're gonna rebuild Gaza, and it's gonna be, you know what I mean? And then you look at a video like this, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna rebuild this? Like, how the fuck? How long is this gonna take you? You know how long this is gonna take you to rebuild all this wreckage and carnage that you caused? And what are you gonna, like, it's just, I just remember being like full of like disgust and rage at Trump and shit like that, like just completely bending the knee to Netanyahu. Like, yeah, like this is just sad. Right when I heard him say like, we'll rebuild it and it'll be better than ever, it's like, yeah, dude, well, what
if
the
you
fuck?
believe that
This is
God
people's homes that you just destroyed, and you funded all this. And you just destroyed everybody's home. But you're going to rebuild it, and it'll be awesome, and Trump's name will be on it all.
did this. God's people did this to fulfill.
Yeah, guys, remember, God's people did this. God's chosen ones. So we have to accept it, right?
Something. Goodness won. When you look at Gaza, that's a real estate deal being done by very evil people. And I believe they're going to be cursed. I believe they are cursed, actually. Those are not, God's people didn't do that. Don't even think about it. You don't got to know anything other than how you feel when you look at that. When you consider that there are children that are buried beneath that rubble, that is all you need to know. How you feel is all you need to know when you look at that. And when you watch them thrash as they try to explain away why that's okay, like it's a part of some prophecy. Whose prophecy? Who is your Lord, actually? I'd like to know. I'd like to know who it is. I know who's going to win in the end. Christ is king. Truth is going to win. Goodness is going to win. And so I'm on that side. Let the liars lie and thrash around. And I can't even imagine, who are they going to put to work pulling out all the dead children? Probably our military, if we're being honest. It's going to be our military. Coming back with PTSD. That's going to be our job, right? We've got to worship Bibi Netanyahu. Yeah, do not let your sons go into the military. Don't do that. I think Bibi's making his 7th trip here this week. Don't let your kids go into the military. It's been completely hijacked by Israel, probably since 1963. We have not gotten an answer as to what happened to Charlie Kirk. We've got nothing but lies. I say the social contract has been violated. They're supposed to protect us. People are being killed on American soil because foreign nations have an issue with them. That's the reality.
Dude, Candace is spitting this stream. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I reacted to this because, wow, she's spitting this stream.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be reading your comments, and I just went off. I don't even know what happened here. Angelina writes, my best friend.
She's like me. I get really passionate like that too, and then I get off topic, and I'm just like, well, now where am I at?
His funeral was on Saturday. It was absolutely beautiful and emotional. Charlie's was not. I have deep sorrow for those who loved him. He didn't deserve any of this. My prayers are with you, Candace. You are close. We are close, by the way. I want to say I'm not even the one doing this investigation. This has been all of us. I just have the platform, and this platform is not mine. I genuinely know that this is God's platform. And whenever he's done and has used it, I'll be off of this. If this is the reason why I have the top podcast, to just get to the bottom of this because it's reveals so much to us, then so be it. I'm content with the story. I'll do a deal with the government. If they come out and they tell us the truth about what they did to Charlie Kirk, I'll retire from podcasting. How about that? Zionist, something for you to focus on. You want me gone? You want me to shut up? I care so much and so deeply about what happened on September 10th. I will agree to retire from podcasting if you admit what you did.
Damn, guys. Wow. I don't even think I really need to even say anything about that. That hits deep, man. That's heavy. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
How's that? I won't hold my breath. Justin Smith writes, fantastic show. As always, the country is invested and wants the truth, but it doesn't compare to the drive that you have as a friend. It's inspiring, and you can see the passion on your face every episode. Everyone deserves a friend like Candace, Christ is King. Everyone also deserves a friend like Charlie. You know, he really had my back through a lot of stuff that, you know, the public will never know. He really held my head up through a lot, and I definitely held his head up through a lot. And that's why I say I feel like a little piece of me died. The ignorance, I will miss the ignorance of believing that we could change things according to who we voted for.
You know, and that's one thing too that like really, since Charlie has been assassinated, has become to be such a feeling of, you know, because there was this moment in time, especially like, you know, I think it started since Butler, Pennsylvania, when Trump was almost assassinated, right? At that moment, it was like, okay, shit's getting crazy politically, you know, there were shootings before, like things are tensing up. But we have like these videos circulating of Charlie talking on campuses and discussions being had and his show blowing up and you know, more and more people starting to become conservative and wanting to learn about God and the Bible and people, you know, the more and more his videos circulated, the more and more it felt like, you know, people were waking up and we really could make a change because conversation makes change. And then it seems like after he got taken out, the energy of that is just like gone. Like the only change that we can make is if we make it happen ourselves. You know? Yeah, very, very big energy shift.
I'm gonna miss that. Yeah, oh my gosh, this person's following us. Oh my gosh, we're gonna go to the White House. Oh my gosh, Trump this, Trump that. I mourn that in a sense. In many ways. Stefano writes,
is that better for you, Down McFall?
Writes, with all of the demonic pastors in Charlie's orbit, it's no wonder he was embracing Catholicism. What do you mean? Well, Alex Clark told us that wasn't true. He just liked the architecture, right? He just loved it. He would go in there and just, wow, look at this. This is amazing. But I'm a committed evangelical, but I need a priest to pray over me, not a pastor. If I'm having to deal with a leftist article written on Jezebel. Make it make sense. You can't because it doesn't. QMac writes, hell, even ChatGPT said that a 30-06 bullet would fly through multiple people. Oh, but ChatGPT doesn't appreciate the miracle. ChatGPT does not comprehend Christian slop. Hopefully in the future, in the AI future, they can teach it Christian slop, which is what we've been sold from the beginning of this. Lastly, Alaska Dog writes, woe to anyone who goes to Mara, Gaza on vacation. So well said. And woe to anyone who looks at that picture. Can we just pull it up again, that video? Anyone who can look at that video of what they did to Gaza and be so stupid as to think that the monsters who did this won't do it to you too. To think that you're safe. That you're safe. All you got to do is support it and you'll be safe. No, they'll murder you. They will murder your children, and it will be the bodies of our offspring that will.
Yeah, what they should be doing is showing the before and after. It's just wild and sad. Shut up, man. Shut up, Palestine, man.
Be pulled from beneath the rubble. I've said enough today. I have said enough today. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Well, it was a good episode. Now we're at 10,257, y'all. Much love to everybody who's subscribing. Let's see if this Bondi situation is still going on.
Of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. If you don't think it's illegal, you're not going to say it. I think it is illegal and wrong.
Open the borders, my God. You know, there's a lot of poverty in this world, and you're going to have people from all over the world, and I don't think that's something that we can do at this point. Can't do it.
Yes or no? Would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
So, Attorney General Bondi, what's the Trump administration, DOJ, doing to end the open border policies of the prior administration that saw dangerous drugs and criminal aliens flood our communities?
Congressman, President Trump has worked tirelessly, as you know, to close our border, which is what the Democrats had asked for in that video. President Trump closed our borders on day one. He is protecting Americans. He is protecting our kids from the influx of drugs that were flowing into this country from Mexico. The fentanyl precursors that were coming from China. These precursors were taken from China into Mexico. And in Mexico, they were mixed and freely taken right into our country, along with gang members, MS-13, TDA, freely coming into our cities around our country, thanks to Joe Biden's open border policies. That has stopped under Donald Trump. It will no longer happen under this administration, and he is doing everything to keep Americans safe. And let me continue. When he was elected overwhelmingly by the American people, the majority of the American people wanted Donald Trump. One of the main reasons was border security and keeping Americans safe. And that's exactly what he did. And that's why today the other side sits here, they yell, they cut me off, they want to yell, they want to ask a question and don't want answers because they want to distract from all the great things that this president and this administration working hand in hand, and that includes Secretary Noem, who has closed our borders, and Tom Homan, who has closed our borders to keep Americans safe. And they're trying to distract from that, and they're not going to do it because the American people are smarter than that, and they see through their theatrics.
Thank you. Just quickly, yesterday, Senator Grassley reached out to my office to tell me that I was one of the 20 members that was now disclosed were under surveillance from Jack Smith. This brings up the question of non-disclosed orders and whether or not they should apply to members of Congress. But with my phone records being surveilled, as well as looks like 19 other members of Congress, I'm just wondering how DOJ views that.
Time is, the gentleman's expired, but the gentlelady can respond.
As I stated earlier, Congressman, anyone's records who were illegally obtained, Democrat or Republican, we will fight vigorously to stop that. Anything with Arctic frost, I can't discuss right now.
And isn't it true, Madam Attorney General, the DOJ has changed their policy? You can't do that now. The DOJ is not going to go do that and ask the judge for an NDO.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. That in and of itself tells you why how wrong it was. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from California.
Great, thank you. Madam Attorney General, you acknowledged earlier to Mr. Johnson that President Trump was mentioned and the release countless times, you said, in the Epstein files. I just want to play a video, though, for you that I think speaks to the frustration that many of these victims have. Of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released
number
anyone's
be 1,000
name
times.
that we have not released anyone's
Could it
name in the
at least
Epstein
be 1,000
files that
times?
has not been credible.
Director,
And
could it at
we have
least be 1,000
released
times?
every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can
so-
characterize the numbers however you want it.
Claiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times. Which
It's not.
leads me-
It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number.
Jesus.
I understand why the victims are frustrated. And
I'll be
the
right back,
Attorney
guys.
General acknowledged what Mr. Patel would not acknowledge, that it was way more than 1,000 times. But I want to move, Madam Attorney General, to weaponization of government. And yesterday it was reported that 6 members of Congress had indictments sought against him, and they were not returned by a grand jury. My colleagues have spoken about their frustration of being in subpoenas and having cell phone records combed through. Well, in 2017 and 2018, Adam Schiff and I had our cell phone records and email records combed through, not by you, but a different Department of Justice under the president. It was in retaliation for our role in the Russia interference campaign. An Inspector General report would find this improper and that the predicate for it was absurd. In 2020, after sitting on 2 committees that were a part of the president's first impeachment, an FBI agent leaked my cooperation in a national security case where my campaign was targeted. The president's FBI senior leadership authorized 2 statements to the press that said I was never suspected of wrongdoing and only helped the investigation. But that didn't stop the death threats or my GOP colleagues from referring me to an ethics investigation where Kevin McCarthy's chairman on the ethics committee would find the same thing as the FBI. Our current FBI director would then write a book called Government Gangsters and identify a long list of enemies. About a quarter of them have been either investigated or indicted. He listed me at the very top, along with Adam Schiff, and during that same testimony, refused to recuse himself when asked if he would recuse if any case came across his desk involving me or people on that list. Since that testimony, his department has put me under investigation with Senator Schiff for the nonsense mortgage fraud cases that we've seen. I get it. This is what the president does. I've priced it in. We have a bingo card at home that my kids have made of what will come next. I expected that the president would come after his enemies. But what I want to talk to you next is serious, and I did not expect this would happen, and I'd like your help on it. The president has inspired death threats against me and many sitting up here with me. In June 2025, an individual left 11 voicemails at my district office.
Hey guys, we do have an hour and 40 minutes left on our 10 super chat goal. We just need 8 more people to super chat any color, $1 and above. 8 more people to super chat. Help me reach my goal of 10 super chats any color. God bless you guys. Much love to everybody in here. God bless everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday.
On the voicemails, they said, get the message to him. I'm going to hunt him down, that motherfucker, and toss his ass over the Golden Gate Bridge by my fucking self. Donald Trump's Department of Justice in the Northern District of California declined to prosecute. On May 14, 2025, on Twitter, responding to something I posted, an individual said, no, it wasn't Eric, and now I'm going to kill you. the Department of Justice from the Southern District of Texas declined to prosecute. May through December of 2025, we received messages at my office that said, "I hope somebody shoots you and your children and your wife in the head. Pew, pew, motherfucker, pew, pew." I would stay indoors as much as possible, and my children, unfortunately, have to do that. The Department of Justice has not charged this individual and cited that he's a prolific caller and has health conditions, although what we have found in our own investigation and his voicemails is that he has said he will employ others to do this. The president can come after me. It's fine. I'm in the arena. So are these folks. But we never expected that the Department of Justice would not seek to prosecute and investigate those who are making threats against us. And that would include those on that side of the aisle. And I'm just asking for your help to protect life, because life is at risk with the environment we're in right now.
Congressman, I completely agree with you. I know about several of those personally involving you. I believe one has been charged publicly, and there's something I would be happy to talk to you about off camera, but I can assure you that they are very serious. They are being looked into, and I can give you more details on those. None of you should be threatened, ever. None of your children should be threatened. None of your families should be threatened. And I will work with, you can come into my office any day. I will work with all of you on both sides of the aisle if you are ever threatened. And I'll gladly talk to you after this hearing about your cases. But I can tell you some of them are very active.
Appreciate that. Now yield back.
Gentleman yields back, and we're sorry for what the gentleman and his family have had to go through. We appreciate what the Attorney General said, and I think some of the things that the gentleman from California related, we can all relate to, and it's unfortunate, it's wrong, as the Attorney General said. And
Thank you guys for running up the likes today, man. 7 more beautiful people just need to hit that like button. We'll be at 100 likes. Much love to every single one of you guys.
we appreciate the help we get from the Justice Department. With that, we will now recognize the gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Van Drew.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't know where to begin. Thank you for being here, General. Right, see me when I'm right in front of you. I have to mention this first. You know, I used this word before, and my friends on the other side of the aisle got mad at me, but hypocrisy. Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. But for years on the other side of the aisle, we heard nothing. Crickets, not a word. Nothing was said when they were in control. Nothing was mentioned basically till last summer, and the ranking member points out that he did do something last year. Yeah, he did a letter complaining about the plea deal for Maxwell, but it wasn't a big deal. Then we get a new administration, and all of a sudden it's a big deal, and they feign concern, they're upset, they're investigating. They had all these years and all this time. And in fact, Stacey Plaskett, and we all know that name, when they had a congressional hearing, Democratic member, were taking texts from Epstein on questions to ask to go after Trump. So Epstein was using her, Democratic colleague, as a tool to go after President Trump. Just everybody keep that in mind. And then we talk about ICE and how horrible it is, and there are concerns. Everybody wants everything to go right. Nobody ever wants to see somebody die. And they complain about it. But at the same time, hypocrisy, they encourage constituents to go after the ICE agents, to challenge them, to hurt.
Thank you to whoever donated through Ko-Fi. Again, any large donations, any person that wants to make a donation larger than $10, go to the pinned comment at the top, ko-fi.com. YouTube takes a brutal 30%. I get that it's their platform. I understand. But if you don't want 30% of it taken and you want your boy to get most of it, go to ko-fi.com. It's in the pinned comment. Send it that way. Thank you. Much love to everybody. God bless you guys. Again, we do have 8 more beautiful people that just need to send a super chat my way of any color and get your name written down on the donor wall and help me achieve my super chat goal of the day.
Them to attack them, and that doesn't make sense. That's hypocrisy. And then we hear about the concern of, you know, going after Democrats, that the legal system, that judiciary and Department of Justice is going after Democrats. But they literally rework the legal system under Alvin Bragg and Letitia James to go after Republicans and those sympathetic to Republicans. So, I mean, be careful when you accuse others that you're not guilty yourself. Be careful of what you say, because you got a history, and it's easy to go over it. You know, I just want to talk about where we were and where we are now.
That was powerful what he just said. He said, be careful what you say because you got history and it's easy to go over it. Pam Bondi's probably sitting here like, oh, fuck.
We had over 10 million illegal crossings in the past between 2020 and 24. Over 10 million. There's probably a much bigger number. I'm being conservative. We were told the people weren't dangerous, but they were, General. They were dangerous, many of them. More than 300 individuals on the terror watch list during that time. Violent criminals came across, as we saw consequences where mothers and fathers, daughters and sons, children were raped, murdered, hurt, abused, beaten, trafficked, all from the drugs. My God, the drugs they brought into our babies in this country. 73,000 illegals with criminal histories, 20,000 with convictions of assault, robbery, and sex offenses, 13,000 convicted murderers in our beautiful country, 15,000 convicted sexual assault offenders. It was madness. It was insanity. It's bizarre. It's perverse. What in God's name were you doing? So we finally are cleaning this up now. We're finally trying to make it right and safe for our people. So my questions are this. General, do you believe in removing criminal illegal aliens from our communities will save American lives?
Yes, and given
By the way, I do want to sit here and take a moment to say happy heavenly birthday to one of my homeboys who passed away by self-deletion a few years back. Blake Scatsum. R.I.P. to you, brother. God bless you. Happy heavenly birthday to you, bro. God bless.
the cases that you just discussed, that's proof of it every single day. President Trump is committed to that. This entire cabinet is committed to that and making and keeping Americans safe.
Thank you. Would you agree that, and thank you for doing that, would you agree that allowing individuals with known criminal histories to enter and remain in the United States, we knew this back then, they knew it. Would you agree that creates serious risks to our public safety? I know the answers, but let's just say them clearly.
Yes.
Would you agree that when dangerous individuals are released instead of detained, and they were released over and over and over again, and these are the real issues. This is really what America cares about. They want their children and their families to be safe. Do you think if you release them instead of detaining them, that crimes will happen because of that?
Absolutely.
Would you agree that, I'm sorry.
And it did.
And it did, thank you. Would you agree that cooperation between, and this is a biggie, and I'm gonna ask you to elaborate on this. This is a big deal. This is why some of the problems we're seeing in some of the places like Minnesota are happening. That cooperation between federal and local enforcement, which we always used to have, helps remove violent offenders from our communities, that we should be a team.
Yes.
And can you elaborate on that a little bit? In other words, when the local enforcement is forced by the politicians, not their fault, not to do their job and not cooperate, why does it create the situations that we see where we have a need for crowd control? By the way, they're not peaceful. Those are not peaceful protesters. We know the people.
Kirsten, I'm sorry if Kirsten, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Kirsten, thank you so much for the $2 dono. God bless you. Condolences to your friend, bro. That's tough. Yeah, it was tough. It was very tough, especially going to the funeral. I've lost a lot of friends to suicide, or self-deletion, and it's unfortunate. And that's why I always am here for everybody. That's why I tell people join a Discord community. That's why I tell people to Kiri, or I'll call you Kiri. Thank you so much. That's why I tell people to join the Discord, because I create this family on YouTube, not to be a toxic community, but to be a positive community for, not only the world, but like when you join this community, it's not just joining just a YouTube community. You're joining a community that every day when you log on and you come to the live, you're supported. It's a family. We all talk. Yeah, I try to remember everybody. So sorry if I don't remember. I try to remember. But yeah, that's why I say, join the family, because, if there's a lot of people who told me that they felt like they haven't had anyone to talk to and they haven't had a place to go to express themselves, and they love being able to come on here and every stream and just vibe and chill. And so it's very nice to be able to provide that for people. But again, everybody, make sure you guys seek help if you need it mentally. You know what I mean? Join the Discord. Subscribe to the channel. I talk to everybody in the Discord. I try to every single day. We all support each other on this channel. This is a family, and I mean it when I say that. So I'm not trying to build a community just for the money and just for, having the silver play button. No, I'm trying to build a net positive for the world, which is a community of like-minded people who want to support each other and grow and build a, community that's, not divided like the one outside our doors. Thank you to Fassy says. Fassy says, thank you for the $2. First time on the channel, wanted to support. Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. And thank you for supporting the channel. To anyone who thinks that I deserve their... because like I said, the like and the subscribe is enough. Just helping me grow the channel and the community and joining the family is enough. The fact that you think I deserve your blessing of any sort of donation is very, very much so a blessing, and I'm very grateful for it. And the feeling of gratitude is the best feeling in the world. So thank you guys so much for the donos. God bless you. And again, if you guys ever need to talk, join the Discord. It's not just, a community of bull crap. We're actually a family. Join the Discord, join the community, get involved, become a part of active member of this family and everything like that. Active member of the, Discord. Thank you to her lordship for the subscription. God bless you. Welcome to the family, and God bless your family. I'm gonna write down your guys' names on the walls right now.
Peaceful protester is when you spit on law enforcement, when you push them, when you hit them, when you beat their car. If you can answer the question, thank you.
Time's expired. You may answer the question.
Thank you. Yes, I spent 4 days myself in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. What I will say about some of these sanctuary cities, some of these democratic cities, law enforcement, they quietly want to work with us. I've spoken to law enforcement in multiple cities who want to work with us. And yes, we're going to do everything we can to keep our citizens safe, whether or not these Democrat-controlled sanctuary cities do or don't.
And damn it, that's what really matters. I yield back.
Mr. Chair, I have a UC.
Ms. Crockett from Texas is recognized for UC.
Thank you so much. Donald Trump's approval rating.
I hope you subscribed, Fassy. Welcome to the family, everybody. And thank you again for the donations, guys. Much appreciated. As you guys know, this is my job. I do it full time. I am self-employed. I am chasing my dreams of, becoming a self-employed person, a self-sustaining person, building a media company, building a YouTube channel, just building a family in general, building a community. And I'm not going to stop chasing this dream until I achieve it, and I achieve something big, which is creating a sense of community for people who feel like they don't have it. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Let's continue. And thank you guys for the 100 likes. I just seen we hit 100. Thank you so much. 6 more people just need to donate to hit the donation goal. But I know times are tough, so I understand if you can't. There's an hour, 25 minutes left.
On his strongest issue. This is from Newsweek today. It says 40% of people approve of Trump's handling of immigration and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without objection, admitted. Now I recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Liu.
What was she trying to say? Why did she get booted out?
This is from Newsweek today. It says 40% of people approve of Trump's handling of immigration and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without objection, admitted. Now I recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Liu.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you 2 photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you 2 photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
names?
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos
I'll
back
be right
up,
back, guys.
that
One
we are
second.
looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During,
Were
the
you not
Biden,
here
during
then?
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures, but you are in
Because
charge.
they were all talking. There was literally people who were when these kind of meetings were going on. There's literally people in these rooms messaging him as these meetings were happening. They were messaging Epstein. Like, there are literally people in this room, and he was telling them what to say and ask.
You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video.
I wish they would show it.
Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to.
Yo, did you just see the way that she rolled her eyes and like slowly like looked up? Watch her real quick.
Parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage
Hold
girls
on, baby.
at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent
Okay, honey,
presidency.
1 second.
He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman,
that
please
those
stop the
files
clock.
be
My time. Stop the clock.
signed, the legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to
Time
take my
belongs, time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness.
Yeah, you can do good things for the country. You could have done good things, but there can be two things true at once. Like, answer the fucking question.
Who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center.
And sorry, guys, if you guys keep seeing me get up, it's because my youngest daughter is at home. I kept her home from daycare today, so she could be here with me. And so if you keep seeing me get up, that's why. As you guys know, if you're new to the channel, you guys know I'm a single father of 2 daughters, full-time single father, full custody, and very, very big blessing. So if I keep getting up, that's why, because I'm checking on my daughter and showing her love and getting her what she needs while I do this stream quick.
I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was gonna stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
Yo, this guy's cooking Pam right now. 100%. Much respect. We need to replay this. This is 100% respect.
Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did not
can
ask a
respond.
question, Ms.
He
Head.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific
question.
crime in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't just
Madam
add
Attorney
lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness will be more than happy to let the Attorney General
Madam
respond.
Attorney General, would you like to?
Gentleman from Alabama is recognized for 5 minutes.
You have a few minutes to respond.
Thank you, Congressman. This is what Congressman Liu didn't want to talk about. He didn't want to talk about all the crime that is happening in his state. California refuses to honor detainees because of its dangerous sanctuary city policies. The refusal means California has released 4,561 criminal illegal aliens onto its street. The crimes of these aliens include 31 homicides, 661 assaults, 574 burglaries, 184 robberies, 1,489 dangerous drug offenses, 379 weapons offenses, and 234 sexual predator offenses. That's why they are deflecting. That's why they're trying to talk about the Epstein files. That's currently happening in his home state.
Attorney General, thank you for being here, and I wanted to make sure you had time to respond. I'm going to change gears a little bit. In October, when you were testifying before the Senate, I know you and my friend Senator Katie Britt discussed concerns of infiltration of the illegal Chinese vapes into our country. As a father of three, obviously, I'm worried a little bit about this, and I believe that many parents in the country share our similar concerns. Can you provide an update on DOJ's work in this space over the past few months?
Vapes are getting to be out of hand, bro. Like, the screens that they be putting on these vapes are wild. Like, some of them you can, like, refill, and it has a screen that you can set a alarm. It has a calculator. It has a calendar, like a bunch of crazy shit. I seen a guy wire one to play Minecraft on it. That's how crazy they are.
Yes, and thank you for bringing that up. We're talking about the vapes. And this should be an issue where both sides of the aisle can work together on. Parents need to understand, children need to understand that so many of these are being manufactured in China, sent to our country, and have the potential to be laced with lethal drugs. We've seen an overdose. We need to get on the front end of this before we have another crisis and children are dying. I've partnered with Secretary Kennedy, of course, at HHS on this matter, but thank you for bringing it up. You know, they're selling these things as flavored vapes illegally in many stores around the country. Secretary Kennedy and I actually we went and did something on this.
Like, you can order, like, a box. You can order like a box of like 30 of them for like $100, like the ones with the screens on them, or like other different cool ones or whatever, cool ones, and like resell them. Say like you get 30 of them for 100, you can resell each of them for like 30, $40. So imagine you get like 30, 30 times 30, whatever, whatever the fuck. You can make good money off those. I used to be a hustler, so like I changed my life. I'm not in that life no more. I'm 5 years clean and out of that life. But if I was a hustler, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be buying them vapes from for good cost and reselling them, bro.
And it was
You know how many vape fiends there are? That's a good hustle.
the day
No
that
one should
Charlie
do it though. Do not do it.
Kirk was assassinated. And so it didn't get a lot of attention, nor should it have after that happened. But yes, we're continuing to work on that, and thank you for bringing that up. That's happening in all of our states, and I would ask everyone here, I know Congresswoman Ross was just nodding, it's happening in every state. And not only are they laced with THC, many of these vapes, but they could be laced with fentanyl. We have had a child, I wish I could think of the state it was in, but we have already had someone overdose. And we have to get together on this, and we have to get on the front end of this. And I would love to work across the aisle on this to protect our kids. How many school kids do you see now vaping? And it's not only, I believe a vape has 20 cigarettes, but that's one vape is 20.
Dude, if I ever caught my daughter with a vape in middle school or high school, like, yeah, it's gonna be over.
Cigarettes, I believe it is, but also what they could be laced with, because so many of them, the majority of them, are manufactured in China.
Sure, and if you need additional resources, please let us know as you're going through the process. And
I remember, when I was in high school, the cool thing to have was a Juul. Like, it was always like a Juul. Like, and then you get those little Juul refill things. You never see them anymore really up here, but that was the cool thing, was the Juul. Everybody had the Juul. I never really got into all that shit. I've always been an avid weed smoker and whatnot. So I got my green card because I have spinal stenosis and I prefer to smoke weed rather than to take pharmaceuticals all the time. So yeah, thank you to Keith Daltart for the subscription. Thank you to Keith for his subscription. Welcome to the See Me Now family. God bless you and your family. And thank you to Big Frog for the subscription. God bless your family, and welcome to the See Me Now family.
I'm going to change gears one more time on you. Under the Biden administration, there was a lot of confusion created when parts of the DOJ began treating software developers like financial institutions. Even when they did not hold or control anyone's money, they were simply building the technology. That uncertainty made it harder for Americans to build, innovate here at home. Earlier this year, the Deputy Attorney General issued a memo entitled Ending Regulations by Prosecution, a clear break from the Biden administration's approach. And I think it's important that that's a good step in the right direction. But can you talk a bit about how the DOJ is now putting that memo into practice, especially when it comes to making sure that people are just writing the software and don't control the user's funds? We don't want them treated as an unlicensed money, or they're not money transmitters. So.
Yes, and we're doing everything we can to protect the American people on that, and I would refer everyone to Deputy Attorney General Blanche's memo, and we're working as hard as we can on that topic.
Because we want to lead the way in the space on that, so we'd appreciate the help. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back 10 seconds.
Gentleman yields back. We'll recognize the gentleman from Arizona for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a number of UCs.
Gentleman can proceed.
Thank you. Bombshell new docs show Trump called police about Epstein in 2006.
Without objection.
Kamala Harris defends Biden administration decision not to release Epstein files.
Without objection.
Why weren't they released during the Biden administration?
Without objection.
House Democrat Stacey Plaskett exchanged texts with Epstein during 2019 congressional hearing.
Without objection.
New York judge allows Epstein victims' claims against Plaskett to proceed.
By the way, I do have text-to-speech on, so if you guys go through Ko-Fi and you guys want to get your chat read on stream, hopefully it works. But someone should try and go through the Ko-Fi, donate, and then text something, and you can get it read on stream. I think I have TTS on for Ko-Fi. I'm trying to get it on Streamlabs, but that's gonna have to be for next stream. But TTS will be on Ko-Fi right now. So if you guys want to go and send through super chats, also you guys can help me reach my super chat goal on here. I just need 6 more super chats. We have an hour left. 6 more super chats, any color, to reach my super chat goal. But I do have TTS on Ko-Fi. So if you guys want to get your comment read out loud on the stream, donate through Ko-Fi.
Hakeem Jeffries solicited funding from Epstein in 2013 after financier was convicted child sex offender.
Objection.
Jeffrey Epstein was invited to dim fundraising dinner and to get to know Hakeem Jeffries by firm working with Brooklyn's Barack.
Objection.
An email from Leslie Groff to Jeffrey Epstein concerning Hakeem Jeffries fundraising. Epstein file says Biden was replaced in 2019, question mark.
Without objection.
Thank you.
The gentleman yields back. The gentleman from California is recognized. Mr. Correa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome, Ms. A.G. Bondi. I agree with you. Our top priority should be protecting Americans. In my past life in the California State Legislature, I did a lot of work on solving sex crimes, passing legislation to update our codes. And I found that the biggest challenge to solving sex crimes is reporting them. Victims have to have the guts to stand up to report those sex crimes. But it's not easy. It's the most unreported sex crime there is. Crime there is sex crimes. It's painful, humiliating. A lot of time the victims don't think anything's gonna come out of their reporting these crimes. Then we have adults who as children were molested, boys and girls who will live in silence for the rest of their life. I believe the Epstein files are just one of many sex rings, sex crimes taking place in our society today. I hear 1,200 Epstein victims, some additional victims as young as 9 to 10 years old. The challenge I have today, what bothers me today about this hearing, Madam AG, is what's the message we're sending out there on Main Street? Shouldn't ask a question I don't know an answer to, but I'm gonna ask the victims behind you right now. First, can you please stand up? And then, can you please raise your hand if you think after everything you've heard today, you feel that our AG, the feds, have your back? Do we have your back? Raise your hand if you're confident that we got your back. And that's the issue, Madam AG. We've got to make sure that victims stand up and report the crimes. Otherwise, we're going to be taking a step backwards. Today, AI, cyber, social media, the new realm for people to be hurt, attacked sexually. These are the areas I'd welcome the opportunity to work with you on. It's not your problem, it's not my problem, it's our problem. But to have redacted files that are not showing us the names of these predators is wrong. These are very powerful people. This was a very expensive business, and we don't know who they are. I would imagine they're very prominent Republicans, very Republican Democrats, and we are covering up for them. We got to know what's going on out there, Madam AG. It looks like you want to say something. I'm going to give the opportunity to address my statement.
I look forward to working with you on any crimes involving child sex predators, children, and also cyber crimes. That is a tremendous problem now throughout our country. AI, you are correct. AI is causing great problems online we're working on that though. AI is an incredible tool, but it also can be fraught with peril with victims of crime. I've experienced that with someone I know who we've been trying to help. I look forward, though, to working with you on that and all
Madam,
cyber crimes. Can I?
Please, go ahead.
And as I said before, to any victims, we ask them to come forward to our office, and we want to work with them. I have never not worked with a victim, and I believe I've actually spoken to several of the
Madam,
victims'
if I can reclaim my
attorneys
time, I
sitting
only have a minute.
behind me.
If I can reclaim my time, I just think we start out by making sure those redactions are unredacted, those Epstein files, to make sure that the public, according to the law, following the law, that those names in those files are made public. We have to make sure we tell those predators there is no place for them to hide, and if they commit the crime, they're gonna fry for it. It starts with showing us the names of the perpetrators in the Epstein files.
Unredacted.
May I respond to that?
Sure.
Okay. So if any man's name was redacted that should not have been, we will, of course, unredact it. If a victim's name was unredacted, please bring it to us and we will redact it. We were given 30 days to review and redact and unredact millions of pages of documents. Our
Madam,
error rate is very low,
The
but there are
victims are
always
right
gonna be
behind you. We've got to
errors
convince
on
them
both sides.
that we're doing a
And
good
we're
job
doing everything
of
we can to help
protecting
the
them.
victims. We will
Thank
do
you,
everything
Mr.
we can.
Chair, I'm out of time.
Gentleman yields back. The gentleman from California, Mr. Kiley, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Madam Attorney General. I wanted to return to a point that the chairman raised.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here in about 15.
Mr. Raskin or me or anybody else.
I'm gonna get off here in about 15 minutes. Because I'm gonna edit some videos and do some other videos for the day. So guys, be looking out for the videos. Any new subscribers, everyone that's new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button right up above my head. Double tap that screen. I don't remember where we started at. I was trying to remember this morning, but we started at something. Now we're at 10,263 subs. I think we gained like 40 subscribers. So I appreciate everybody who hit the subscribe button, and hopefully you hit the notification bell so you guys can go and watch my other videos, and you guys can go support them as well and continue to help me grow. And yeah.
And disrupt a congressional hearing.
And please help me reach my super chat goal. We just need 6 more beautiful people to super chat. Any color, $1 and above. 6 more people just need to help me super chat to help me reach my super chat goal. If you want your super chat read, it needs to be at least $2. Any large super chats, go to the Ko-Fi link linked in the chat and donate through there. And get your, if you want your TTS read, if you want to have a text to speech read, click the link in the comments and donate through there. God bless.
You have a right to protest on the street, but that doesn't give you a right to go into the Capitol and disrupt Congress. Something these guys talk about every day. You can't do that. So when Don Lemon said that he was exercising his First Amendment free press rights, freedom of the press rights, that's not really accurate because he was trampling on other individuals' rights.
Thank you to Suzanne for the subscription. Welcome to the See Me Now family. God bless you and your family.
Chairman, we will always protect our churches and the freedom of religion. And yes, that's accurate.
First right mentioned under the First Amendment, freedom of religion.
Why don't we protect Christians and Catholics first of all, and the taking over of our religion and our country?
Practice your faith the way you think the good Lord wants you to, right?
That's right, under the federal government.
Jesus is king. Not Allah. Jesus is king. Lord, God, Jesus. Jesus is king. Amen.
Isn't it true that Mr. Lemon met at a shopping center with the rioters who entered City's church in St. Paul, met with them prior to marching to the church?
He did meet, and this is a pending case right now, so I will only stick to what is in the 4 corners of the unsealed indictment, if I could, Chairman.
Yeah, I'm
There's
focused
a lot more that will come out. But under the 4 corners of the indictment, yes, he did. They had an operation called Operation Pull-Up. They said they were gearing for a resistance. They met in a parking lot, and they caravanned to a church on a Sunday morning when people were worshiping together.
And Mr. Lemon said that.
And that is just crazy to me. Like, just wild. You know, during a moment where people are trying to just gather, worship the Lord, you know, actually do a good thing in their life, you know, gather in the community for, you know, actual, you know, unity, and be in a church and support the Lord, and, you know, love Jesus, these people have to be selfish and go into this church. And I couldn't imagine that happening at church in my town. There wouldn't, I don't think it would happen, because I think there'd be, Don Lemon would have been lemon juice. He would have been fucking knocked out on the floor.
He live streamed before entering the church with the rioters. Didn't he say we're going to head to the operation? Didn't he say this on, he said this on camera, is that right?
Yes, Chairman,
Yeah.
and more.
That he was in Minnesota and that, as you said, they were gearing up for an operation. So you can't do that. This is why this is, I think, so important that this guy be held accountable, and I think why you guys have charged him and indicted him. Moving to the second subject here. Will John Brennan be indicted? Mr. Brennan lied to the committee, which you're not supposed to do. Last Congress, when we deposed him, he definitely, 18 U.S.C. 1001, we're all familiar with it. He lied to the committee, and the committee, the Congress, and I think the country would like to know if, in fact, he's going to be indicted for lying. And here's why it's so important. I'll give you a chance to respond. Here's why it's so important. It wasn't just that he lied to us, it's what he lied to us about. He lied to us about when all this weaponization against the President of the United States started. He lied to us about
Reginald.
the dossier, and specifically what role the dossier played in the intelligence community assessment. Because we know back when President Trump was first elected, first term, this is when it all started, which led to the Mueller and to the impeachment and to the Jack Smith and all the stuff that's happened in the last decade. But it began here, and he lied to Congress about the role he played. And I just want to read a couple of things he said during that deposition before I give you a chance to respond. Mr. Brennan, when asked a question, said the CIA was not involved at all with the dossier. He said it was their purview, FBI's purview, and not ours. He also said the CIA was very much opposed to having any reference or inclusion of the Steele dossier in the intelligence community assessment. Well, that's interesting because declassified information that was declassified this past summer by the CIA says something entirely different. It says, Brennan, I want to put this one up if we have it. It says, Brennan ultimately formalized his position in writing, stating that, quote, this is released by the CIA Director Ratcliffe, my bottom line is that what I believe that information warrants inclusion in the report. He was further asked by an CIA official. The same officer said when he approached the director and asked that the director refused to remove it after being explained this wasn't good. With the dossier's many flaws, he said, yes, but doesn't it ring true? So this is John Brennan using that document to change intelligence community assessment, which I think led to all the stuff we've seen over the last decade. And I think this committee in the country, Congress in the country, would like to know if Mr. Brennan is going to be indicted.
What I can confirm is that we have received a referral from you, Chairman Jordan, to investigate John Brennan. His attorneys have made some public statements, but the department is still bound, of course, by our longstanding policy of not discussing matters. What I will say today, I can't confirm nor deny whether there is a pending investigation, but what I will say is no one is above the law.
Mr. Chairman,
Weaponization has ended.
Yeah.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman from New York is recognized for a point of order.
If we want to know whether Mr. Brennan will be indicted, you should just ask the president.
Not a point of order, but I appreciate you trying to make it one. The gentleman from Georgia is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General Bondi, it's been reported that there were at one point 1,000 personnel assigned to the task of identifying and scrubbing Donald Trump's name from the Epstein files. Were those reports accurate?
I believe his name has appeared countless times in the documents
how
that
many
have
people were
been released.
assigned?
If I could finish, I'm going to read you the stats.
I just simply asked whether or not it was true that it was 1,000 folks who were assigned that task. Were those reports accurate?
There are more than 500 attorneys and reviewers. I cannot give you an exact number.
And
who-
I
I'm
wanted to
trying
ask you.
answer- I'm
I wanted to
answering the
ask you
question,
about that
sir.
also, because
Who
this
were
is a different
assisting
question
with
that
this
you're getting
project.
to now. There were 500 DOJ
At
lawyers and others assigned the task of redacting the appropriate information, including identities of the EPSTEIN victim survivors from the Epstein files prior to their release. 500, is that correct?
If I could have finished my answer, there were more than 500 attorneys and reviewers who assisted with the. They asked a question and they don't want an answer.
That answers my question, ma'am, and I'm going to move on.
More than.
I'm going to move on.
From
General
multiple
Bondi, would
districts.
you
You will be in
agree?
order.
This
Time
is
belongs,
ridiculous.
the time belongs to the gentleman from Georgia.
General Bondi, would you agree that your 8 years of service as the state of Florida's Attorney General, the third largest state in the nation, served as an excellent preparation for your current role as Attorney General for the United States of America?
Not only that, I was a career prosecutor for 18
years. And for
18 years.
And for 18
prior
years,
to being
for 18
He
years,
asked a
you
question and doesn't
prosecuted
want an answer. This is theatrics.
Well, no,
This is like a debate. This is like watching a debate on Jubilee.
for 18 years, you prosecuted serious felony cases, including drug cases, correct?
Oh, I prosecuted homicides. I prosecuted capital cases. I prosecuted domestic violence cases. I prosecuted multiple cases, and that's why I feel for all of these victims. And did you ask Merrick Garland this when you were sitting before him, sir?
You also prosecuted sexual assault cases and child sex trafficking cases, correct?
I answered that question earlier.
Okay.
I prosecuted
Right.
multiple
Well,
cases
so
when I was a prosecutor.
Bottom
If I
line,
can
you're an
answer the question,
experienced and seasoned.
for 18
you're an
years.
Mr. Chairman, will you a reminder of the rules? The time belongs to the member of the committee.
You
think
are
I've
a
said that a few
seasoned
times.
and experienced prosecutor, correct?
I think we've established that.
Yes or no?
Does he want an answer or not?
he wants to
When
say
I
no.
I want a
answer,
yes
I
or
get
no
cut off.
answer.
I think he wants to say
I want a
no.
yes or no
I
answer,
can-
but
yeah, I can
I'll
explain my
live with what you
experience. I'd
have
be
already
love to
said.
explain
Let
my
me ask you.
experience.
Let me ask you this questions.
Clearly,
in
you
the
don't have any.
prosecution of sexual assault cases, you are acutely aware of how important it is to protect the identity of victims of sexual assault, correct?
I really wish someone would donate through the Ko-Fi link so I could see if the TTS is working. If anyone wants to donate and help your boy out and support the channel and support your boy along his journey to 100,000 subs, click the Ko-Fi link that I'm putting in the comments and feel free to donate, but put a comment on there. I want to see if the TTS is working on stream.
I have addressed this multiple times. I think others were cutting me off when I was trying
Well,
to.
I just simply asked, are you aware of the fact that it's vitally important to protect the identity of sexual assault victims as you prosecute their, the people they accuse of assaulting them? Isn't that correct?
Excuse me. As we have said multiple times,
Protection of the
protection
identity
of all victims
of the victims
are
is
protected.
so very
Who are
important.
protected under? Do you want me to answer or do you want to interrupt?
Well, because you're not answering the question. You do a Jekyll and Hyde kind of routine around here, and I just want you to answer my questions.
What does Jekyll and Hyde mean? Can you
Well, it
explain
means
that?
you're nice to the
Explain that.
Republicans and you turn like Hyde on Democrats. But let me ask you this, ma'am. We have the Epstein victim survivors here today. Representative Jayapal asked a simple question. If you would be so kind and honorable as to turn around and face them and apologize to them for outing them. I mean, how many lives have been derailed because your department was either sloppy and incompetent or willfully trying to intimidate and punish these ladies for
time is
coming
up.
forward?
The time of the
Which
gentleman,
was it?
The time of the gentleman has expired. The gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Wisconsin for 5 minutes.
Attorney General Bondi, my colleagues on the other side of the aisle have spent the past several months attacking the administration for doing exactly what the American people wanted when they overwhelmingly elected President Trump. Securing our border and enforcing our...
Yeah, you guys will notice that she's going to be getting questions from, she's going to be getting these hard questions from some people who really don't like her and have their own agendas and have what they, you know, and then she's going to get questions from people who, you know, are her friends and shit.
immigration laws. I find it a bit ironic.
I'm going to stay on for 5 more minutes and then I'm going to get off, guys. So help me reach my super chat goal, y'all. We got 48 minutes left. 6 more beautiful people just need to send through some super chats. Any color will work. 10 super chats of any color. We just need 6 more. Get your name written on a donor wall. I would really love if someone went to the Ko-Fi link though and sent a donation to see if the TTS works, and then let me know in the comments if you did go donate so I can look and see, because I want to know if I got my TTS working, because that would be a cool feature into the live. Bless you, honey.
This is the same party who just a few years ago were openly supporting strong immigration enforcement after witnessing criminal illegal aliens wreak havoc on the American communities. I have a short video I just wanted to play.
Of immigrants. We're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable.
They've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone.
No great nation can be in a position where they can't control their borders.
While we need to address the issue of immigration and the challenge we have of undocumented people in our country, we certainly don't want any more coming in.
Every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. If you don't think it's illegal, you're not going to say it. I think it is illegal and wrong.
Open the borders, my God. You know, there's a lot of poverty in this world, and you're going to have people from all over the world, and I don't think that's something that we can do at this point. Can't do it.
Yes or no? Would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
So Attorney General Bondi, what's the Trump administration DOJ doing to end the open border policies of the prior administration that saw dangerous drugs and criminal aliens flood our communities?
Yeah, we already know about this, dude.
Congressman, I completely agree with you. I know about several of those.
I must have accidentally
over-redacting because they have the names of the men. The lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want.
Prepared to answer questions that the American people of American dissent groups.
Random, and it's the gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
All right, we're going to listen to this, guys, and then I'm going to get off.
May I respond very briefly to her statement?
Well, I think we can do that probably on one of our members' time.
Okay, thank you. I don't want that to get away. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Behind me, I have 3 documents from the DOJ production that are emblematic of the massive failure of the DOJ to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. To my right is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known. And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victims' survivors' names, all right? The title of this one is Child Sex Trafficking, Co-Conspirators, fully redacted. And by the way, I'm going to unredact them here.
Have a good day, Reginald.
Les Wexner is in this. Now, your your deputy attorney general said, oh, well, he appears hundreds of times in the files, but he doesn't appear in this file until I forced you to release it, where he's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking, not to prostitution, not to money laundering, child sex trafficking. And then finally, what we have here is the third exhibit that I have is emblematic of the FD 302 release. These are the documents that we need that you're holding on to and over-redacting because they have the names of the men who are implicated. How do we know? Because the survivors gave testimony to the FBI, and it's in there. And what happens when you go to the
100%
portal at the
geeky zombie
DOJ
girl.
to look at what's behind this redaction? Another redaction. So we can't even see them. And then there's some of these files you've pulled down from the website that we will never see because we can't search the redactions. So I have several questions for you. Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names? Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document? Do you have that kind of accountability?
I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that. This is where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Can I finish my answer? Come on, let me finish my answer. We corrected that within 40 minutes. He was already, you're acting like everybody's trying to cover up Wexner's name.
Reclaiming my time.
I'm going to answer this question.
Reclaiming my time.
Mr. Chairman. This isn't how this works.
Can I have my time back?
Mr.
Chairman.
The gentlelady can give her answer. The time belongs to the gentleman from
All
Kentucky.
right, I'm reclaiming my time.
Can I give my answer?
So I'm going to put the language of the bill up on the screen.
Chairman, may I give my answer on that? It's a political joke, and I need to give my answer.
Dude, look at this girl's eyes right here. She looks crazy.
Yeah, we'll let the Attorney General respond, and then the gentleman can move to his next question.
It's my time.
Within 40 minutes, you asked me a question. Within 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm okay, baby.
Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red.
My 3-year-old yells. My 3-year-old's so awesome, man. She just yells over me, "Daddy, are you okay? You doing okay?" She's so sweet.
Handed.
Red hand. There was one redaction.
I'm gonna get off here in a couple minutes so I can go cuddle her. I just love her so much.
Where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes of me catching you red-handed.
Red-handed. There was one redaction out
Where
of
he's
over
listed as a co-conspirator.
and we invited you
in.
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome. He needs to get. You're a failed politician.
Gentlemen,
You need to get on.
Oh God, here we go with the obfuscating and the you're the failed politician. Blah 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 blah. Shut out this guy, man. 100%, dude.
Mr. Chairman, please restore his time and remind the witness of the rules here.
It's pretty obvious they're never going to redact the names of the people who are eating children, right?
There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals.
Is that your position as well?
My position is any victim who comes forward, of course, we would love to hear from them. 1-800-CALL-FBI. Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I am reclaiming my
the
time.
last
I'm
4
glad you're
years?
asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim
because
time
this
when
is
you don't-
bigger than
when you can't-
Watergate.
when I don't answer a question the way
This
you
goes
want.
over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
now,
where the
I want to know at what point.
Yo, he is cooking. This man is cooking in the fucking chat, man. This guy is cooking. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this guy's cooking.
Did the FBI and the DOJ...
This is Thomas Massey, if I'm not wrong, right?
...decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator because our...
100% geeky zombie girl. Welcome to the See Me Now family. God bless everybody. Jesus is king. And put a 1 in the chat if you think this guy is cooking.
Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
May she answer?
And he's a hypocrite because he voted against the ban that we were talking about on deep fake AI porn. Only 2 people voted against it, and you were one of them, hypocrite.
The gentleman's time has expired. She didn't answer the question.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman, could she answer the question?
Chairman, I was wondering.
The gentlelady's allowed, the Attorney General's allowed to respond the way she wants to respond to any member's questions, Republican, Democrat.
All right, I have unanimous consent request.
Gentleman's recognized for a UC.
All right, this is an example. I'm submitting these 302 forms that are entirely redacted, even when you go to look at them.
Just all black.
I'm submitting a witness statement that implicates Les Wexner.
Without objection.
I'm submitting an article from the New York Times that the DOJ released nude photos and identifiable pictures of the victims. I'm submitting a letter from AG Bondi to Kash Patel, imploring him to quit keeping the files when you found out that they were keeping files from you, because they're still redacting files that you...
Chairman, are we going to recess for votes?
Yes, we are.
I'm submitting for unanimous consent a document of 17 individuals who've resigned because of the Epstein files.
Without objection. Just want to check on how much time we have left in votes, but one thing I've learned here of late that they'll wait on us. How much time do we have? Oh, they just called it. Okay. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Maryland.
And thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start by saying I appreciate what you said, Attorney General Bondi, and you said it to me personally, that you take the personal security of every member of Congress seriously and that people can contact you about that. And in these times, that's a very serious matter. So I thank you for that. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 7 of the Constitution is the Domestic Emoluments Clause. And it says that the president is limited to his salary in office and cannot receive any other money from the federal government while he's in office. It cannot be increased by $1. This president is the first president in U.S. history who has repeatedly sued the federal government for $230 million for the judicial search warrant at Mar-a-Lago, which was...
Yeah, but that's because, dude, we all do... There can be 2 things true at once. Trump may be a cornball, but, dude, like, there was false pretenses on why they did things to him using lawfare and a bunch of other things like that, dude. So let's not get into that. I'm about done with this.
Lawful and was never struck down. But now he's suing the IRS for $10 billion. He's suing the IRS for $10 billion, which I think is around 80% of its annual budget, because his tax returns were leaked, and they were illegally leaked by a private contractor who actually is in prison now, Charles Littlejohn, but he wants $10 billion. Now, I want to ask you the question of whether you think it would violate the Domestic Emoluments Clause for you to settle that $10 billion case or any of the other claims that the president has made against the government. He himself has remarked, it's interesting because I'm the one that makes the deal, right? And he says, I kind of have to work it out with myself. do you think it would violate the Domestic Emoluments Clause for the president to work out a deal from people who are his subordinates under his unitary executive theory to get money in one of these cases?
I'm not going to discuss pending litigation.
Okay, so theoretically you're saying because his privacy rights were violated in that tax case, and they were. I'm with the president on that. I mean, his Mar-a-Lago thing is ridiculous, but there's no doubt that his tax returns, despite the fact that he promised to release them, despite the fact that every other president released the tax returns, he suffered embarrassment when it showed that he hadn't paid taxes for several years, and he had a right for that not to happen. Now, I want to turn back to the Epstein survivors, because President Trump may have been a little bit embarrassed by the release of those tax returns. How much do you think the claims of these survivors are worth? As the good congressman from Kentucky just pointed out, there were lots of survivors who had decided, for reasons of their own, never to release their names. That determination was represented to people in Congress, and we built it into our federal law that their names could not be released, and yet you published their names, their phone numbers, their addresses personally.
Make sure you guys join our Discord community, man. If you guys are new to the See Me Now channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button right above my head. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Okay? I believe we can do it. Let's hit 20K by the end of February. Double tap that screen, but most importantly, Skippy dropped the Discord. Everybody join the Discord. Become more immersed in the family and the community, and join the Discord and show some love and support and help the family grow.
Identifying information. If Donald Trump can get $10 billion theoretically from the Department of Justice, how much should these people get for a far worse violation of their privacy rights and a far greater danger established to them in their lives?
Do you even know who Chase Mulligan is? You're so obsessed with, you don't, do you?
I'm going to teach you the rules again. You're the Attorney General of the United States. We have rules here.
You're obsessed with him.
You're the Attorney General of the United States.
You're
And the rules,
obsessed with Donald Trump. You have Trump derangement syndrome.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like my time
Mulligan will be
restored. I'd like my time
sentenced next week
restored.
in your district. In your district, and you don't even know about it, about keeping children safe from online predators.
Time belongs to the gentleman from Maryland. The gentleman can proceed.
Yeah, and I want the whole country to look at this. Because this is the Attorney General of the United States, whose job is law enforcement. We've never had a witness who has misunderstood our rules and been unable to conform his or her conduct to our rules before. We have only 5 minutes, and so we use our time to ask you specific questions.
How long are you giving me to
Excuse me, I'm not yielding to you right now. I'd like that second restored too. So, Ms. Bondi, the way it works is we ask you a question, and you answer it, and if you go off on a wild goose chase, another tangent, you start reading statistics, or you start talking about stuff going on in our district. And by the way, I invite you to my district. Come to my district, but that's not what we're here to do today, okay? So, and you do that, then we're allowed to say we reclaim our time. At that point, you have to be quiet. You have no choice. You have to be quiet. So I hope you understand the rule at this point. Now, here's what I want to ask you. You're in law enforcement. We've seen all kinds of evidence of crimes. And when we go over to the Department of Justice for the 4 computers for every member of Congress, we see more evidence of crimes. Will you create a joint task force of the Department of Justice and governors and state attorney generals and district attorneys across the country to investigate the crimes that have taken place against these victims and more than 1,000 like them? The DOJ is not doing its job. Will you create a task force with state and local law enforcement to make that happen?
Gentlelady can respond if she wants to.
Thank you.
She's being grilled right now, dude. This is awesome. Sticking up for the victims. Shout out to the victims, man.
Chairman, he called Chase Mulligan a wild goose chase and didn't even know who he was. He is a defendant in your own district who preyed on girls.
Mr. Chairman.
Well, you know what? If he were part of the Epstein investigation, you wouldn't do anything about it.
Online chat rooms and committed sextortion. Yet he didn't even know in your tiny little district who he was.
Mr. Chairman, she's embarrassing you.
He's about to be
This is your committee, and she is embarrassing you.
Shame on you.
The time of the gentleman has expired. I would remind the
Dude, this is a shit show. This is crazy.
committee that last Congress, Secretary Mayorkas was here numerous times, and he wouldn't answer our questions, even when we sent them to him ahead of time in writing. So that's what we've had to deal with. I think the Attorney General is doing just fine. We have votes shortly. I will go to the gentleman from Virginia, and then we will take a break to head to the floor.
Looks like he's sticking up for her. Maybe they got a little thing going on, you know. You see that little smile she cracked. See that little smile she's cracking when he said, I think she's doing just fine. See that little smile.
We'll go to the gentleman from Virginia, and then we will take a break to head to the floor.
I thank the chairman, Attorney General Bondi. Thank you for being here.
All right, after this guy, I am off the screen.
I wanted to thank you for your work at DOJ in restoring the rule of law, encouraging transparency surrounding Jack Smith's partisan investigations into President Trump, declassifying information about the Russia collusion hoax, cracking down on sanctuary jurisdictions, and establishing the National Fraud Enforcement Division. Let me first go to securing the border and immigration enforcement. Our new governor has recently rescinded 287G cooperation between the state and ICE. Can you talk about, have you evaluated the public safety impact, how that would affect safety in Virginia to withdraw that support, and what that would do to criminal activity involving illegal immigrants in Virginia?
Yes, it would be detrimental. And as you know, Congressman, one of the top members of MS-13 in the entire country was living in Virginia, in a suburb, among all of us, living not even probably half an hour away from where we are now. And the cooperation previously with the governor, with the members of the state of Virginia, helped catch him and take him off our streets. An illegal MS-13, one of the heads for the entire country, was living in Virginia. And it's a shame that that's happening now. And thank you for bringing it, talking about it, because we're
eliminated
He was trying to put the President of the United States in prison. Ridiculous as that whole thing was, we'd kind of like to know the answer to that if you could. And with that, we're going to stand in recess. We will go as quickly as we can and vote. We have.
All right, that was very interesting to watch, you guys. To be honest with you, I knew Thomas Massey would go pretty hard, as he always does. I'm starting to like Thomas Massey. He's starting to grow on me. Thank you guys for being here today. God bless you guys. I appreciate everybody who donated. So let's shout out the donors. And if anyone wants to donate before I get off to help me reach my donation goal of 10 super chats, any color, feel free before I get off. But I will read off the donor names now. Excuse me. Thank you so much to Rianne for this $2. God bless you and your family. I hope it comes back to you 10 times. Natty, thank you for the £2. God bless you and your family. I hope it comes back to you 10 times more. Kirsten, thank you for the $2. Or Kiri. Fassi, thank you for the $2. I appreciate everybody who donated today. God bless you guys. As you guys know, your donations help me grow the channel. It helps me go a long way as I'm chasing this dream as a single father of two beautiful girls, chasing this dream to 100,000 subscribers, getting that silver play button, and creating a lucrative channel and community to where we can all build something good together. God bless you guys. Thank you for being here. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure you look out for the videos that will be coming out soon. I will be having them come out, whether they're reaction videos to certain things or it's videos on other topics. I got a lot of ideas in mind. There's a lot of things I'm doing, writing, trying to figure out how I can write scripts and stuff like that. It's getting, I'm not a professional yet, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to figure out how I can write scripts, and my reading ain't that great anyway. So it's like, why should I have a script when I can just, freestyle it, which I'm pretty good at doing that anyway. And I feel like it's more authentic, but yeah. No problem, Two Worlds. Much love to everybody. God bless everybody who's in here and who's new to the channel. Let's see how many subs we got quick. Let's put my beautiful face back up here, and let's see how many subs we're at quick before we end the stream. Again, if anyone wants to donate before we end, feel free to help me try and reach my goal, We are at 10,271. Thank you guys. We have officially, I think, gained like 40-something subs, 50-something subs. So we did awesome today, man. Awesome growth, always, as always. I got the best community on YouTube. I always will say that and stand by that. If you guys want to support me offline, go to www.kofi.com/see me now and donate through there. As you guys know, I'm a single father chasing my dreams. I got fired from my job because of my YouTube. And so I said, fuck you. One door shut, another door opened, and I'm coming in full swing, and we are running it up, and we're going to continue to go up, and we ain't stopping. So God bless you guys. Thank you for being here. Skippy, help people join the Discord. The Discord is right there, so everybody take a picture of it. If you need to, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do. But there it is. Join the Discord. I'm looking forward to seeing you in there and talking to you guys, and watch for videos to be dropping later on. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. See you later, Pumpkin. See you later, Zombie Girl. See you later, Skippy. Everybody, Kiri, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you.